And we're live! Hello everybody, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you all here. I didn't quite get to push that button right when I wanted to because I was too busy choking on myself with excitement. Like a little dog that gets so excited they pee themselves. Very similar. Still don't understand why that's quiet. I really gotta fiddle with that. Because then it's gonna get loud.
Alenos underscore sub to your channel for 3 months.
Why do you do that? I don't know. That's another day of troubleshooting. But anyway, thank you so much, Zelenos, for the resub. Super appreciate your continued support. I did hear what it said. It's just, I don't know what's wrong with the volume. I'm probably going to have to uninstall and reinstall that module too, because it seemed to fix other stuff, so yay. Anyway, thank you so much. Super appreciate your continued support, because thanks to folks like you, I can keep working. So thank you so much. Appreciate it. Let me post on Blue Sky real quick that I'm live. I usually do that at the start, but again, too busy choking because I'm professional. Post. There we go. Okay, post. Everybody knows I'm live now. Anyway, alright, let's see who all's here before we talk about what we're gonna do. So, and Silver should join us here soon-ish. She was a little late today, so I wasn't sure if we were going to be doing questing or not, but it's okay. She's not here yet. I mean, she's here as a fox, but she's not in Discord yet, so. Anyway, hello Moromi. Hello Loki, Hapone, Yunda, Kubwa, Haley, Zelenos. Hello. I almost said hello to sound alerts again. Glad to have you all here. Hit record like oh yeah, that's me. I almost read my own text. I'm too excited. Yes. Looking for a nice stream? Yes. You need your earbud on the floor. You're excited. Like me. Oh, I understand all too well. Let's see. Why is that being weird? I'll deal with it later, I guess. Or I could put it into the group. Can I do that? Gonna let me do that? No. XSplit has a weird grouping option that I still haven't figured out how to use properly. It's weird. Anyway, it's not very intuitive. She's here with us in Fox Spirit form, exactly. Let's see. Alright everyone, it's time to make our plan for a war. We will attack this legacy loot head on, and there will be no survivors and no loot left uncollected. Exactly! Exactly! Yes! So, in case you missed it, in case you don't know what we're talking about, oh, I should make this a webhook. Hold on. Here's the link before I make it a linky link. Is my mouse dying? My mouse is dying with excitement? I feel like I just charged that. I guess not. Where's the plug? I'm all out of sorts today. It's out of sorts day. Where's the plug? I just cleaned this. Where are you? There it is. I just redid all of my cords because, good grief, because of so much equipment. I have so many cords all over the place and they're a mess. But now I can't find anything. You know how that is when you clean something. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna have to make this a linky-do. Make this a link with stream elements, that way people can pull it up in a command because they're gonna want it. Let's see. Chatbot. Where's it at? Chat commands. Custom. New. We want. Let's do buff. Not in caps. Collectors. If I could spell. Bounty. There we go. Now's my time after long years and 5 Shadow Morns. I will have Invincible. I sure hope so. That post says everything, every mount drop pre-DF. So, yeah. Lucid Nightmare's on that list, but it's a 100% drop. What? That's weird. Well, I guess it technically counts as Dragonflight, so maybe they didn't pay too much attention and just kind of waved the magic wand. And it's just like, I don't care, everything. I hope it includes recipes. It does say it doesn't include pets and toys. There is increased mog drops, but it doesn't mention recipes. So, and that's another BOP thing that's super low drop rate that I really want. We'll focus on mounts and mog as usual first, but I'm not sure. Let's see, so activate command. Let's see, hold on. I usually do this before I stream, but I didn't think about it today. Yeah, that link is fine. Okay. One link to do. Let's make collector, collectors, if I can spell, bounty, and bounty. There. I'll worry about the other holiday stuff, like, there we go. Maybe I should add the date in it. I'll do that. Because it technically ends the 29th. It doesn't go until the 30th. They did adjust it a teeny weeny bit. Buff. So, July 1 to 29. Save. There we go. There. Now it'll say that. So it'll have the date right on it so you can look at it. Okay, anywho, that's good to go. We can now pull that up. But yes, there is the link. It's insane. Also with the collector buff stuff, I hope raids include open world bosses like Rickmar and stuff. Probably not. Blizzard usually does consider those separate, but we'll see. It's probably just raids. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's look at the wording. You know how Blizzard does with their wording. Let's see. Mount drops. Foams of the mouth, yes. Still farm all the mounts, absolutely. Let's see. Alongside the Greedy Emissary event, take advantage of the Collector's Bounty buff. Foes in Legacy dungeons and raids, so dungeons and raids, find themselves overloaded with extra treasure. Defeat them once again to collect their bountiful rewards for you and your warband. Begins July at 8 a.m. PDT and ends July 29th at 8 a.m. PDT. So it includes... let's see. If you've been on the hunt for rewards that have been eluding you, now's the time to get them. The following will have the drop rates increased by up to 10 times, and in one case 25 times, while your chance for transmog loot drops is doubled in Legacy, pre-Dragonflight, raids, and dungeons. So that includes all pre-Dragonflight Legacy mounts, the Eye of Sulfurious and Molten Core, the Golden Hearthstone card for some reason specifically in Nighthold, the Bindings of the Windseeker, hate you, in Molten Core, Warglaves of Azeroth and Black Temple, and Thoradol, Star's Fury, and Sunwell Plateau. Cool that they're including legendaries, so that is definitely nice. I already have those, but for anyone else that needs them. Some exclusions do apply. For instance, all time walking content is excluded, as are pets and toys. Fine. The Collector's Bounty buff is active by default, but you can visit any innkeeper in capital cities in Dalaran to turn off or on again. Okay. Yeah, I don't see any mention of recipes. Recipes would be the other BOP stupidly low drop item from old raids. I've actually been farming that. I wonder if they're lumping that in with Mog? Maybe? Let's see. Let's see. Question about that buff, though. Will it include recipes? At least BOP ones. Those are also on the stupidly low drop rate list from a lot of old raids and dungeons. There. Put in a little bit of... I don't know if it'll get answered or not, but we'll find out. Let's see. In the event it does, by some lucky margin, we barely miss having the BFA World Boss because it's up this week, if I recall. I don't know. Let's see. Is that World Boss? It is. Dune Gorger is today, so I don't think it'll be up next month. Rip. Rip. Because, yeah, literally, this event starts next Tuesday, so. Alright, let me clean up my bags a little bit. My goals this week are trying to, excuse me, trying to finish my Mythic Plus goals, plus finish leveling any stragglers. Nice. I'll consider trying 8 Mass and Underpin after this event. Yeah, I was wondering if it included open world rare drop mounts. I got lucky last time that was up. I don't know. I was getting worried Molly would take too long. Yeah, I don't see anything about that. It just says raids and dungeons. And I know they do consider world bosses a different sort of ordeal. So, probably not. I would definitely focus on the raids and dungeons first, and then, like, if you're done with that, then turn your attention to world bosses just in case. Speaking of BFA, I still need to roll the Troll Apocalypse World Quest thing for meta. Oh, speaking of, I need to check for a World Quest too. Thank you for reminding me. Still no Witchy Kitchen. Okay. Still not up. That's fine. I'll have to get the instance ones done anyway first. Agreed. Agreed, especially with that level squish coming in the future and item level squish coming soon and all that jazz. It's a good time to get all this done and out of my hair. I would love that. Okay. So, we need to make a list. We'll do it in the to-do list of exactly how many mounts I need to farm. Maybe we'll just take over the weeklies list. Let's do that. Let's take over the weeklies list here. Because that's what all of this is anyways. Darkmoon Fair. Yeah, I can hear about that later. Alright, let's see. So, should I consider it weeklies? No. I'll make it its own tab because I'm not going to rely on weeklies. I'm going to be hyper-focusing each mount and focusing on that first, as those are going to be the most crucial. So we'll flip what we usually do. We'll focus on mounts first and then Mog. So Mog's not that bad. And I don't have to worry about legendaries because I already have all those. So, nice. Tabs. Global tabs. Let's make a new one. Create new global. We want mounts. Okay. Reset. We won't have it reset because it'll be a one and done checklist. Time to throw 62 in each week at all the raids until I get what I want. Exactly. Exactly. MG Witchy Kitchen. I missed that when I was trying to get more battle pets. Turbulent Time Waste plus Midsummer is the perfect 10 level ult right now. Absolutely. Hello, Dosu. How's it going? Looking forward to the new Legacy content event? Absolutely. Absolutely I am. I haven't been this excited for WoW stuff in a while. WoW's been pretty meh for me, so this is a nice change. Hello, Dre. How you doing? I was getting so much XP. I have some XP pots from the other event. Nice. My hunter needs the Lay God of the Sunwell still, so that's on the list. Perfect. Alright, let's see. So we have a tab now. We have Mount tab. So, make sure you can actually see it. Yep, that's fine. We'll just put it here. In fact, we'll put it over here because I need to open my mount list. That way I have an accurate... Alright, let's see here. Go ahead and unfavorite these. Do. Okay. So we want uncollected sources. We want instance. And we're gonna exclude War Within and Dragonflight. There we go. It's actually not a lot. I am not missing a lot. They just refuse to drop. I have 30% mastery from Time Waste, 25 Warbands buff, 10 from Mysterious Wisdom. I don't even have the Midsummer buff right now on, actually. It's not even necessary. That's fair. And the Midsummer one is kind of lame because it doesn't include quests. For some reason, it's only mobs that you kill. Like, it'll still help if you're doing, like, a lot of questing and stuff. But, like, it doesn't buff the quest XP, which was, like, one of the only holiday buffs that does that. It's weird. Alright. So we got quite a few things going on here. Let's see.
Hi.
Oh, hey, welcome. Did you happen to look at that post that I shared you?
I just sat down.
Oh. Well, give it a look and tell me what you think. Alright.
Oh boy.
Right.
Oh boy.
I guess I can't separate dungeons and raids in here, can I? That's okay. I know what comes from where. So, let's see. We'll separate these by expansion. So we have Shadowlands, we have BFA, we have Legion, and we have Kata. As my voice goes out, apologies. I choked way too hard in excitement this morning. I think that's it. Yeah. Alright. 10% rate, I assume the Golden Hearthstone is the 125 they were talking about. No idea what that one is, though. That's a toy. That's the only toy that's included for some reason. Still probably going to be a oof, but maybe, maybe not. Heal on healing alts and one button assist on DPSers Wii. Right, that's why I've been getting it constantly. Yep. Haley says hi, Silver.
Hi, Haley. Also, this is amazing. I
Right?
didn't expect this.
It wasn't
from
that
them.
originally. It was just one more, but they changed it. They're like, yeah, this is one more drop chance. Which was lame. Well, they actually took the feedback for once. Unless it was their plan all along, because marketing strategies. But, you know, I'm a cynical corporate bastard, so. Anyway, at least I used to be. I'm not corporate anymore. I used to be not cynical corporate. Now I'm cynical non-corporate. Anyway, hello, Fanelli. How you doing? We're doing great. Hello, Ricky. Hi, Kraken. Have you tried using Simple Armory for the Mount Farm route? I have used it a couple times, but I'm not a fan of it personally. So, but it's definitely nice for folks who like it. I do wish I knew what player housing stuff dropped from Legacy raids so I could focus my attention, but that's a minorist of nitpicks. Yeah, understandable. We'll know at some point. Okay, Mulder. I went to go give my cat a kiss. He pushed my arm, then licked his booty hole. I think he doesn't want the kiss. I think he just told you that his butt tastes better than your lips. Ouch. Alright. So, let's see. Kata, Legion, BFA, SL. For SL, we just have the Zareth Overseer, if I could spell. Overseer. Actually, let's do it this way. That's gonna be... Gotta look at it. I'm too excited. My brain's all scattery. I also didn't sleep well, so, you know, one of those things. Sepulchre of the First Ones. Mythic. Jailer. Thank you so much, Hinem Slucas. I'm totally saying your name wrong. I apologize. For the follow, glad to have you here and hope you enjoy your stay. Welcome. Where's the Sanctum Gloom Charger is the other one. That comes from Sanctum of Domination, 9. Sanctum Gloom Charger. There we go. Okay, so that's SL. And then for BFA is where the majority of this is. Let's put in Kata first. That's easier. I don't know why they don't, but it would sure be nice if the trinkets, jewelry, artifact, relics, etc. would just be, you know, drastically reduced chances. Agreed. I know. Or at least didn't count toward MOG items or something. I feel that. Hello, Hiname. How you doing? Glad to have you here. Welcome. Oh man, I hope Mythic Jailer will be easier to do next month for me. Or maybe there will be a ton of groups going. That is possible. I know Silver and I will be doing it a lot. I'll probably get I'll probably like raid lock that one so that we don't have to keep doing the whole thing, because the skip for Sepulchre sucks. It's hardly a skip. It only skips the first handful of bosses, and not even the very first one. it still puts you at the entire last wing instead of like just at the jailer or the boss right before the jailer. It's lame. So, and like the problem too is the problem boss in that raid for my lower geared alts is not the jailer. It's actually Regulon, the Constellar guy. Guess who you still have to do even with the skip. So whatever. The first Satyr shoulders, those might be included. Those are Mog. How much of BFA and Shadowlands is sellable? 100%, with the exception of Mythic Sepulchre, you might struggle a little bit. But if you're decently geared 80, you won't have any issue. So, yeah, pretty awesome. Alright, Kata, what's the one Kata? Experiment 12B. So, Dragon Soul, Traxion, Experiment 12B. That jerk is the one that made me give up on mount farming for a while back in WoD when I was farming it last. Let's see. Alright, now we have Legion. This BFA has the most. Let's see. Fellblaze Infernal. Golden Nighthold. I think that's the normal one. Which is kind of nice, actually. Nighthold, so NH. Golden. Fellblaze Infernal. So it'd be N+ for that one. I just don't do Mythic Shadowlands in 70s personally. No, yeah, same. I wouldn't even bother with Shadowlands anything on 70s. I don't even bother with BFA anything on 70s unless I'm trying to do speed druid stuff, because it's just not very efficient. So both BFA and Shadowlands I recommend if you want efficiency. 80s. Okay, now we need... Is that the only one from... Yeah, everything else is from BFA. Alright. So let me make sure. So there goes Kata. The one from WoD. Yep, there's BFA. Okay, so for a raid, do legacy content max reno caches still award 1,000-ish gold? Some yes, some no. The BFA assault ones kind of. Sometimes they do. They're still RNG based. But everything else, not really. Let's see. So we got a couple of raid and a couple dungeons. So from the raid, we got BOD, Mythic. That would be the Glacial Mythic Jaina. Jaina. Glacial Tidestorm. Phew, it's muggy today. I need to get my fan over here. Hold on. Mouth breathing because I'm hot. There we go. Because I can't really sweat. So I have to pant like a dog. It's great. Let's see. Mythic Jaina. And then we have Gmod, because we'll be doing LFR for that one. BOD LFR. Jaina. Gmod. Okay. Time to farm out some minty fresh anima. Absolutely. Really is amazing the eye level skill against legacy content. 665 Hunter kills Dune Gorger after I mention it. Less than 10 seconds after my mage. 6.6 takes about 2 minutes. 606 Rogue just died before hitting 60%. Yeah. I don't know what's up, especially with BFA. It's most noticeable in BFA for some reason because they tampered with it. I don't understand why. It's weird. I don't know, man. Let's see. Okay, and then it's just the 3 dungeon mounts. So, Tombstalker. That's King's Rest. Mythic. Tombstalker. Mythic Dazar. Okay. And then we got, let's see, Underrot Krog. That's Underrot Mythic. A-Bomb. Underrot Krog. Cool. And then we have Sharkbait. Sharkbait. Ooh-ha-ha. Let's see. So that's Freehold. That one will be nice because you can just skip straight to Harlan. You don't have to do the other bosses. Not so much with the other ones. Well, you can actually skip all the bosses in Underrot if you can get around them. They're very easy to pull. Freehold, Mythic, Harlan. That's going to be a Sharkbait. If I can spell properly. There we go. That's pretty easy. That's not a bad list. So that's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's only 9 mounts. Which not bad. Really sad that toys are not included in the event since most RNG of drops is a toy. The 2 toys from Seed of Triumvirate, it's RNG on top of RNG because the rare is not always up. Yeah, that one sucked. That one took me a couple hundred attempts to get. Ah yes, Dragonflight's starting experience. Yeah, that one's fun. Not as bad as War Within's starting experience though, good heavens. Rough. Oh yeah, on one hand it's sad it doesn't include toys and pets, but on the other hand I understand why they wouldn't include them because a lot of those can drop really easily and it would fill up your bag so much it'd be really annoying, especially because you usually have to delete all that. Yeah, I can definitely understand that. Can't tell yet how I want to go out farming the buff. 1 character at a time through all the instances I need mounts and legendaries from. I'm doing 1 instance at a time. I'm picking 1 thing. I love how your avatar rolled its eyes when I said that. Did it? It's probably just me looking back and forth since I've got multiple different screens to look at. Cute. It doesn't have a mouth, so it has to be super, super animated with the eyes to make up for it. Okay, so that's not so bad. Hundreds of runs, the Druid only toy from the second to last boss in Firelands. Yeah, that one took me a while. That one sucked. Hurricane is hyper plus tired. Absolutely, I am exhausted. I did not sleep well. On top of going to bed at like 4 in the morning, I didn't sleep well either. I woke up at like 6 or 7. Could not go back to sleep. Yeah, it's great. And then this, so I'm like, like drinking coffee when you're depressed. You're depressed just faster. So, it's a wacky combo, it is. Alright, so that's not terrible, actually. So, we'll focus on that. Do you all think I should plant mounts to, or plant mounts? Plant characters at one of the raids today. That would probably be kind of wise. Yes, exactly. So you whip your hair back and forth, sounds similar. My hair is up in a bun. It's up in a super tight bun, so it's out of my face because my hair is insane. I have 7 cowlicks. My hair is curly, wild, and all over the place. It never goes the same direction. So I just keep it up in a bun. It's my everyday experience. Tried again with Rogue, forgot to put poison on, skilled even faster, then went to that geared mage, but still was damage race not to die. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think it hurts too much. Fair. Don't think very often. I sew and planting tunes. 1 in bun, yes. I like when people tell me to start drinking coffee so I'm not anxious. I'm like, I promise it's not the coffee. Right? Same. I'm like, promise you it's not the coffee. How did instant poison literally change everything? I don't know, honestly. When is the event starting? July 1st, so next reset. If it's reset, then for sure it's wise to start mobilizing characters. Yep, it is next reset. That's why I was thinking about if I should plant characters today, because that would be wise. And then Silver and I can quest over the weekend. I know all of you are really tired of seeing that. Oh, we do have our midsummer to do real quick. Silver, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, we should do our midsummer, at least our 1 try for the day out of the way. Let me grab Shay first. So, Horde first.
Okay.
Yeah, level all your alts and stuff. I got Nada today again, huh? Let's Let's see. Where is... Oh, there he is. Brought to you by Kraken brand coffee. You can really taste the hardcore casualness. Exactly, yes. Yes. Too true. I got Nada today again, so yeah, holiday loot is really lame. Agreed. Agreed. It's a major letdown. Which does mean... we're definitely... Monday. Silver, can you be available on the 30th, this coming Monday? For stream.
Yes.
Okay. We'll farm Midsummer like crazy on the 30th if we don't both have all of our stuff that we want out of it. Because that Tuesday is this event, and there's a lot happening at the same time via that list I shared with everybody a bit ago. Whee! So, definitely want to make sure we have that done. Boy, am I glad that we did all of that, Dastardly Duos farming, and all we have to do is the weekly stuff the next couple of weeks. Wheeze.
Right.
My intuition was correct. Usually is, but sometimes it's not. I got one of the new frost scythes though. Nice, congrats. Congrats. That's time walking. I need aim. There we go. And her Costco like offshoot octopus hot chocolate. That's amazing. There we go. And that is why I have to give up a lot of my season goals. They're just title, so I feel less bad about it. That's fair. Excuse me. My stomach is revolting. I didn't get a chance to eat this morning. Way too excited for the legacy buff. Same. I've been running at least 13 to 15 alts through Midsummer Boss, and I've only received one new item this year. Just got the helm yesterday, and that was from the first day try of the day. Lame. I'm sorry. T and he indeed. I got KSM, and that's what I did want the most. Well, at least you got that done, so that's good. So yeah, I would say anyone wanting to focus on this, definitely get your seasonal stuff done today, Junior. It's like, alright, well, huh. Okay. Let's see, Midsummer, that's... I did queue for Midsummer, right? As a healer, yes? Yes? It's just taking a hot second. I'm too excited. Let's see. Yeah, Midsummer ends on the 5th. But we will be busy doing other things. Because Collector's Bounty and Greedy Emissary both start on the 1st. That's the problem. We're probably going to hit the ground running with Greedy Emissary. Because that one is a... it's more currency based now. So every time you kill a demon goblin thing, you get currency and then you can buy the shit. So it's not going to be as hard to get everything like it was last time. That was disgusting. We spent like the whole weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Don't forget, at some point, the Mop Classic pre-patch.
Yep, we got to do that. Which luckily, I think in a single stream or we would have that done fast. It's just doing...
that's not too bad.
No, it's luckily just doing a fresh panda through their starting zone. And once you hit the Orgrimmar or Stormwind at the end, you get them out on retail. That's it. So it's just like the Wrath one was. They didn't do one for Kata, actually. But it's just like the Wrath one was, where you just do the DK intro. So it's just panda intro.
Nah, not too bad.
Yeah, I can just snag an auto quest, whatever it was, add on for Classic, and we can just go to town. I'm guessing Overcharged Elves is until the end of the season. I'm assuming so, and I'm hoping so, because Silver and I gotta finish that too. We started it. Yeah. Sigh. Hashtag mental health, exactly. I like that idea, a plant mount you can grow with an ancient seed at the Killer's Garden of Pandaria. I look forward to midnight even more so I can revisit her visions when I'm stupidly overpowered and just laugh in the face of sanity loss. Exactly. That's the 15th or for Mop thing. Mop starts the 1st. It also starts the 1st. The Mop...
Do you want to get that one done out of the way?
Not really, if I'm completely honest. Just because I'd rather take advantage of not as many people being there, because that's the problem. Since it's classic, it's going to be trash. We're going to have to deal with drop rates,
fair.
not being able to interact with each other's stuff, low spawn rates, etc., etc.
That's a good point. Man, it's been a long time.
So if we wait a little bit, I'm hoping people will be focused on the event instead. Because, like, the Panda starting zone isn't nearly as bad as, say, like, the DK one when there's a lot of people there. But it'll still be annoying. Because it's a long quest line. It's not a quick thing. Like, it is, but isn't. So, yeah, one of those things. Well, have you checked out the new Lean emote on PTR? I haven't been on PTR. I haven't had time, but I have seen pictures of it. It looks pretty cool. I've done the Panda intro so many... Go ahead, sorry.
I'm very excited to, like, just AFK in Stormwind. Or Orgrimmar just leaning.
Yeah, nice. I'm not as excited about emotes as a lot of people are. I guess because I don't RP in game, I don't personally care. But I know people have been really wanting emotes, and they are a thing that should be a thing, like physical emotes in the game. So, yeah.
It's one of those that I get super thrilled, like, with 14. Because they have, like, such interactive emotes. They're not just a simple text. You actually do the action. It makes me happy. I don't know why, but it does.
Just... I can't explain it either because I can't relate. I'm like, ah, cute. Anyway. Oh, that's funny. I've done the Panda intro so many times I can do it with my eyes closed. Exactly. Same. I've just been trying to do an overcharge delve here and there, not super farming it. Yeah, that's probably what Silver and I are going to end up doing, is just doing like the 2 overcharged a day, just on a rank 1, not even going to bother. Let's see. Who dying? You. Because you're dumb. And just hope we end up, you know, finishing it. There we go. Just got the Scorched Scythe. Congrats! I just enjoy seeing so many people in one place. I don't. I enjoy seeing nobody anywhere. It does get a bit annoying when I zone into Pandaria and someone says, "Why are you here? What do you do on the airship?" Yes, that's very irritating. Go to the airship and there's no breadcrumb quest up there. I just feel awkward just leaving. Exactly. Leaning may not be a big quality of life thing, but it's super cool for RP purposes. Exactly. Agreed. I think emotes should, like Lick, should be limited to friends list. That would be pretty funny. @silver/dote. That's what Yunda did. I'm assuming it's a Final Fantasy thing. Unless you didn't hear me, and I need to repeat it to you.
No, I heard you.
Okay. I got
it is.
nothing.
Ah, fantastic.
Did you get anything?
Haha! No.
This is lame. Very lame. Well, what is your response to Yunda then? Before I continue.
My response is also /dote.
Perfect.
But specifically the Catboy version of /dote.
Cute. Alright, on Ty. Alright, I need to get him out of the Emerald Nightmare. Whoops. Yeah, original map launch. I don't know why I remember this specifically, and even though it isn't a Pandaren starting area, I have a specific memory of a village overrun by Mogu burning the place down. It took me 3 days of various logins to finish there because so many people. Yeah, you're probably thinking of somewhere in Kunlai. Because could the Mogu do that there in Kunlai? Sorry, I smacked the mic. Alright, are you on? You're not yet. Okay.
It's slowly loading.
All good. Feels like you're from a stranger. Yeah, Pele is starting to add a lot of emotes like that too. Sounds good that Blizzard's trying to keep up with the neighbors then. I'm normally like, yeah, whatever about that mentality, but boy, Blizzard, they are behind on so many things.
They really are.
They really are. It's about time. Took all the good offensive ones out. I know, right? Like spit. I used to use spit on people that deserved it. That's okay, I just hiss at them now, because we still have hiss. So that's a good one too. Healthy, excellent. And Frostlord.
My boy.
Yes. What are other sites are there for this? There's multiple. I don't remember how many now since I have half of them, but I think there was like 6? 3 pole arms and 3 staves. The 2 groups share appearances, but they made it so that everybody could use it. Since we don't have exactly a cosmetic version of a weapon yet, like armor, where they can bypass that. So, if you can't use a pole arm, you can use a staff, and vice versa. Emotes always get used and appropriate for toxicity. League players could piss you off more than chatting. I don't doubt. And I just want to mop, random mop. Yes. Retail, what is your action plan for the collection event? Well, I made a list. I just finished making a list of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mounts I need to focus on. I'm going to pick one of them, and I'm going to plant all of my alts in front of that raid. We're going to do raids first. And, yeah, get that out of the way. So, that way they're all ready for next week, because it starts next week. People really piss me off when they do the strange gestures emote during PvP. Yes, exactly. I think it was Jade Forest because it was day 1 through day 1. Gotcha. Sure it wasn't all the players just burning the servers down. There's always /e spits on you. There is, but if you're opposite faction, the opposite faction will only see so-and-so make strange gestures, so they won't actually see the spit. Only your same faction can read /e. Which is why hissing works good, because everybody understands that. So instead of /spit, since I can't use that anymore, I do /hiss if someone really deserves it. I haven't had to do it in a while, but Elixir of Tons for the win. It does if they're using it too. I noticed for emotes specifically. Can't seem to see it unless they're also using the elixir. Which is a little weird. I don't know why emotes are a little more limited, but... Enemy has hissed at you. Me. Ah, the typical Slytherin. Exactly. Yes. I made my first 40 spots just to run Silver Pine, and here's Sylvanas being called bitch all the good old days. Right? I know. I'm sad that they took that out. Just like they took out Lorthamar calling Jaina a bitch too. But they did that a long time ago. Taking a lot of things. I'm like, this is rated T for teens. We literally have, like, quests about grape and murder and killing people and taking their stuff and piracy. But we can't call someone a bitch when they deserve it? What? Come on. Not in my Christian Warcraft. I almost said Minecraft. Warcraft server. And genocide. Yep.
Anything.
Racial genocide even. So, I don't know. Whatever, Blizzard. Whatever. Whatever, Blizzard. Trying people to steal your fishing spot in Hollowfall. Exact. Perfect. Alts. Absolutely. You foolish fool. Instead of removing them, calling her a bitch, they should make her such a bitch. Oh, now that's controversial. Wink. Exactly. Okay, so let's figure this out. We bludgeon pro cutters to death every day. We really do. We really do. Alright, so Midsummer is done for the day. We can ignore it now. Let's see. Not ATT. Wrong list. So, list. I'll wait on the Zareth Overseer, if that's okay with you, Silver, just because that I want to do a raid lock with an alt account, which ironically, I just activated some alt accounts the other day. 4 of them, in fact, so that I could transfer alts around. Because you can't transfer if you haven't logged into them for a while, or if they're wearing heirlooms, which I still think is the silliest thing. You can transfer to the server, but you can't transfer off of it. So, I actually have I have 5 accounts that are active right now. So I want to pick a character that can hold the lock right at Jailer, so we don't have to do the other bosses over and over and over. That way we can actually get there, too, because Ragelon on Mythic for some of those characters is going to be a problem. Can confirm.
Oh, yeah.
That is an issue. So we'll deal with that one, I would say, later. So you are free to pick your own mount priority. I think... What do you all... You do. You probably have more than me. I only have 9. 8 excluding the Zerath Overseer.
That one.
Because this is excluding Dragonflight, so it's Shadowlands and older.
I have 20. Exactly.
20. Wow. Well, good luck. I salute you. We're not just replace that word with jerk then, right? World of Funcraft. We run dungeons golfing hands singing Kumbaya. Holding. Got you. Yeah. I like calling people a paperclip. You have a purpose, yes, but that's all you're good for. And who uses paperclips anymore? Except for in very niche office settings.
I like useless paperclip because, I mean, they're not even good for anything.
No. My ex-friend used to make earrings out of paper clips because she was that edgy person. If anyone remembers that trend back in the 2010s. Anyway. I was like, ah yes, paper clips. I really want my ears to swell up and get infected. Because they're not skin grade. Are you going to farm the Mog from Tazavesh since it's coming to the M+ rotation? It'll become available with MegaCon this season. I actually do have all the Mog from Tazavesh. The only problem, I can't do anything about Tazavesh unless they sneakily fix it before the season, is one of the achievements is broken. And has been broken for a while. So that's the only thing I'm missing. We have another achievement in there, but since I can't even get one of them, I'm not too worried until they fix it. I'm hoping that after the season's over, they'll fix it. Magically. Is my hope. If not, if maybe it works during the new scaled version, then maybe I could get my carriers to pay, or I pay my carriers to help with that or something. I don't know. We'll see. So no Tazavesh on the list just because of that. Luckily. I have so many paper clips, exactly. No need to be so paperclippy. Technically, even useless paperclip, like one bent to be a lion, is useful sometimes. That's fair. They're good for old school lockpicking. Don't ask how I know that. I'm not gonna answer. Well, that was a scare. I had to run outside to help my dad. He almost flipped the mower during doing the ditches. And as soon as he got situated again after I pulled him out, he ran over a big rock on the grass. We literally changed the blades less than an hour ago. I would have been rah if I had to do that again now. I am sorry. Aren't dads a handful? I swear, when you reach a certain age, you suddenly have to, like, take care of your dad all of a sudden. I'm like, are you the child now, sir? Can confirm. Like, hello! Tamagotchi. Yes. Perfect.
My father.
Yeah. I think it's just a
Every
dad
time
thing.
he goes out to do... It really is. Every time he goes out to do, like, yard work, I'm, like, constantly worried. Because when I had that, like, really severe ear infection, he ended up falling onto the weed eater and breaking, like, 3 ribs.
I remember you telling me that. I was just, like, face in hands, like, you know? Like, what's going on with you people? I'm still a dad in training. Yes, haven't taken off your training wheels yet. It's surreal having to teach my dad how to put an attachment on an email. Luckily, I don't have to do that. My parents are old and are young enough, I guess. They understand all that, so. Hello, Blick. How you doing? Welcome. What add-on were you using to sort your mount journal? That is... I think it's just Mount Journal Advanced. Let me look. The proper name here. Yeah, Mount Journal Enhanced. Enhanced, not Advanced. Mount Journal Enhanced. It's fantastic. 10 out of 10 recommend it. It should be baseline for the game, honestly. So, yes. I should put Crappy Lobe Drop Mog in here too, which means I should take that out of this. I bet it's not going to include... Well, I wonder if it would include the Morose drop. Huh. Take that out. Robust can stay because it's separate. Okay, we're gonna include grossly low drop stuff as well because that's MOG. So, under the mount section, let's do it this way. Make a new category, mounts. And then I'm gonna put all of these in the mount category. I so love that they added that you can put categories within categories. It's so nice because then I can do that. They're collapsible. Fantastic. Okay, so MOG. Let's see. We'll call it a rare MOG because there's a few. There's some ensembles I need to get. Yeah. Rare MOG. So, new category. I know SL immediately has one at least. So let's pull this here. Shadowlands. Wish my daughter thought of that. I'm sorry. Mine just had hip replaced, didn't want to wait for bathroom help, fell, broke his other leg, and has to get hip repaired. Good grief. Why are dads stubborn? I'm so sorry. Good grief. My dad a couple months ago almost cut his fingers to the bone when he was cutting something with a saw. And I asked him to go to the ER, and he's like, nah, it's fine. It doesn't look fine! It's a dad thing. It is. It really is. I've had similar experiences. Luckily, mine's not as reckless as, like, his dad. My grandpa's... Let's just say there's a reason he's in a home now. Good grief. Just rub some dirt on it, exactly. At least yells go to the doctor, no kidding. Doing great. School finished yesterday, so no more school for the next 2 months. More time to play WoW next month with the buff drops. Absolutely, Blick. Good timing. Fantastic, and I hope you get a lot of stuff. It's stuff month. We're stuffing it. Ended up being fine, but I also think you probably should have gotten stitches or something. It seemed deep enough. That's fair. I won't go to the dentist either. Probably because of money. That's fair. Alright, let's see. So, we got Can't Do Theater to Pain, Tazavesh. Yep, that's the 2 achievements I need. Mist of Tyrannus Scythe. Mist Collar. That's the one. Let's see. Tyrannus Scythe. Normal. Crown. So this will be the MOG section. I think that's the only thing for Shadowlands though, because the other 2 are mounts. Yeah. So that's it for SL. Really close to being done. If the achievements weren't borked and I had access to Theater of Pain, which I will as soon as this season's over, I can finish those stupid achievements. That's all that's in there. There's a whole bunch of achievements. There's a lot in that one. Then I'll have the glory for that expansion done too. Okay, so BFA. So SL is good now. Put this in the rare MOG section. So BFA. Let's move that. And we need, let's see, I know there's some rare MOG. Quest, still waiting for that stupid. Let's see. Yep, can't do Motherlode. Shrine of Storm, that's one. Shrine of Storm. Storm? Shrine of Storm. Mythic Cloth. Because that will only drop for Clothies. It's the ensemble specifically from Mythic, so there is that one. 22 instance mounts. Oh no, good luck! Not one he can literally walk to his dentist. It's across the street from us. No kidding. Oh man. Whenever I hear rub some dirt in it, reminds me of growing up where no one would understand why I would run my hands through loose dirt. In the farm fields, the dirt was so cool and refreshing in the summer heat. Yeah, there is, I can confirm that. There is nothing like some nice, perfect, freshly tilled, soft field dirt that's been tilled, it's tended, it's full of nutrients. It feels so nice. It is very surreal. It is way different than like just dirt. And it feels clean. It's like, this is what Earth is supposed to be. Clean, fresh, it smells good. Yeah, I agree. And there's all different kinds too. So like, we have a lot of clay around here, so it's like sandy almost, but like in a nice way. So it's silky when it's moist. It turns to slop when it's wet, but the grapes and stuff like it. A lot of vineyards around here. See, that one's just a mount. That's just a mount. Okay. Is that the only dungeon rare mug? I guess so. I'll put recipes in a separate section just because I don't know if they're going to include recipes. Let's see if anyone answered. Probably not. No. No one answered. That's okay. I don't know if it's going to include recipes or not. I don't know if they weren't talked about. So, no one remembers the recipes. Sans the allergens. Yes, Sandy, we have that. Perfect. My dad also won't take Novocaine at the dentist. One time they pulled the wrong tooth. He doesn't want freezing to wear off and feel worse. Aw. Way too much like my dad. That makes two of us, Haley. I'm also, unfortunately, too much like my dad. Fortunately, unfortunately. He's a great guy, but sometimes. Alright, an old deer has that. Okay. So, old deer. We'll just say, because you can technically get it from LFR, but I'll just do normal plus, because it's easier. And I don't know if it's only for those that can use the hammer. I've been getting conflicting reports on that. Maybe I'll do just plate for now, because I know those are at least confirmed. Alright, is that it for the rare Mog? It's literally both. Mine is great in a lot of ways too, but I got some of his negative things. Same. It's great. Also, you'll hydrate, take a drink. Actually, since it's warming up. Okay, let's see. So, we'll ignore recipes for now. I know they're there. So we'll have to come back to that. Legion, I don't think has... I think that's mostly recipes. I don't think it has any rare drop. Let's go through these things that I'm missing besides recipes and some Mog and that, like, one mount. World quest, apparently. Yep. Recipe. There's a tome. I don't know that those will be included, but they haven't been terrible with drop rates. Mog. Recipe. Quest. Ensemble. Seat of the Intermediate. I'm 8 out of 9 on that? That's weird. Why am I missing only 1? Oh, was that one of the broken ensembles? Probably. I'll figure that out at a later date. Some of the ensembles are broken and they're not like teaching you everything, but you can't get them like a second time, so it's like, okay, guess that's fun. Recipe, let's see, that's got some Mog. Some Mog. Okay. Was Seed of the Triumvirate, was that on the dungeon list next month? I don't think it was. Or next season, I mean. Because that would fit, but it's, I don't remember seeing it or not. Well, Emerald Dream Shoulders, but you probably have. I do. They took me a long-ass time to get, but I do have them. I miss my grandma's old house. Oh! Yeah, I would have seen it when I got to the raids, but the scythes. I don't have one of the scythes yet. Miss my grandma's old house barn. They were attached. So many good memories playing around there. Aw. Driving home, you'll have fun. I'm out of beer. Out of here. See you later, pig. Alright, let's see here. Well, we'll get to raids in a second. Let's see here. It's not... Okay. I didn't think Seed of the Triumvirate was, so I won't worry about farming that yet. That'll be Mog.
So it's Halls of Atonement and both Tazavesh's.
Okay. Yeah, I figured I didn't recall seeing a lot of legacy dungeons for next season. Okay, that one's just... I know we have a lot in here. This is mostly mounts and Mog. Or not mounts. Stupid broken pocket watch. Love how it says loot table chance, 50%. My ass it is. Let's see. A gray BOE that I apparently don't know. That's impressive. That's for warlocks. More recipes. Yep, master of the house. That's for the stupid pocket watch. Recipes. Recipes. So many recipes. That's why I was really hoping it would include recipes. Woof. Recipe. Recipe. One. Ooh, one mog. Ooh, found one. Oh, look, another recipe. Recipes. Let's see. I have to collect the Feltemptress again. This will be the third time I've had to collect it. So annoyed. That one's actually got some mog. I haven't done that one very much. Cathedral of the Night. It's kind of a pain. Probably not anymore, but it was. Oh look, more recipes. Grief. Those were some wild Spanish-speaking ads just now. I don't know how Twitch determines what to show people, but I can't even speak French as a Canadian, so yeah, I feel that. I know I get mine in Spanish sometimes too. I'm like, I can kind of understand just because I've been around Spanish-speaking folk so much, but like, I definitely couldn't speak it, nor will I claim to. I know look at Simple Armory and Plan, but I'm too busy leveling right now. I feel like I just want to finish that. That's fair. Cursey recipes. I know, right? Let's see. Violet Hole's got some mog. I wonder why. And recipes. Ooh, coming in with the hard crap. Oh, look, more recipes. Okay. Invasion points. I know that shares mog from the dungeons. Okay, we're on to the raids now. Yeah, I know I need a lot of mog from the raids. At least that one. I think Scythe of the Unmaker, the mythic one specifically. So we'll add that to the rare mog. For Legion. Let's see. Mythic. Let's see, Argus. Mythic. Scythe of the Unmaker, and it's polearm. So we'll just say polearm. Because I don't know if that one has been updated to include other classes yet, because the special drops are a little iffy. Rare mog and put it in there. Okay. So Shadowlands, BFA, Legion. Let's see. It's Antorus. I know I have. Let's see. Yeah, that's a Grimoire. I don't think that's going to be included. Let's see. Common boss drop, Vanta's Rune, Mog. Okay. Yeah, because I have the hammer from this one. Quest, apparently. Okay. Yeah, that's all just Mog. Like Mog and recipes and stuff. Mostly Mog, though. Not a lot of recipes from Tomb of Sargeras, which is nice. Okay. So we'll worry about that later. Those are not rare drop stuff. I am dumb. I mean, not just for this, but doing an alt shuffle still on the Dune Gorger. How does an Alliance character that hasn't done the campaign get to Zandalar? Could have sworn I've done this before without having to quest for it. There's a couple of ways. One is if you have engineering and have the engineering toys unlocked, you can use the wormhole to get over there. Another way is to have someone, whatever you call it, summon you via either a warlock or whatever the other one is. You can take a portal from Veldraken from Motherlode. You can. You do have to be in the upper levels for that one. But yeah, the intro to it, you don't even have to unlock it. Like, you just go start the campaign when they first send you over to pick the zone you want. In this case, you want Vol'dun. You don't have to finish it, and you can just go over there. So it'd take you probably 3 seconds. So, the easiest thing I would say would just to be start the campaign. You don't have to fuss with anything else. You can take the teleports and undermine too if they're 80. Nice. Okay, let's see here. Vol'dun or Volarakis? I don't know what the second one is, but Vol'dun. Unless that was a Dune reference. I haven't watched the new Dune movies. I've wanted to, but I don't have anyone to see it with, so haven't gotten around. There's a boat from the Echo Isles and Duratar that takes you to Zarlor. That's true. You could try riding the Horde boat. It's not exactly fun, though, for Alliance. Alright, let's see here. Where were we? Nighthold. I think it's just the mount. Let's see. Doesn't even show it drops on Mythic. Interesting. Oh, I see. I have it in here in Mythic Plus. Normal Plus, rather. Yep, there's the mount. A bunch of recipes. Recipe. An achievement. Ooh. Recipe. Okay. Yeah. No special drops besides the mount, which I already got. Oh, here's one. I know. This one. Trial of Valor. I knew there was more. Has some ensembles. So, Trial of Valor. Let's see. We have two different ones here. We have male. I need to figure out. In fact, I'll look it up right now because that's what the purpose of this is. Because it says raid find. These are the raid finder sets, but it just says common boss drop. I've never been able to get a straight answer on whether those drop from all of them or if it's just from LFR. So let's see here. Because I've done the quest ones, and I got the other drops, but those have never dropped. Let's see. Ensemble Chains of the Chosen Dead. Ensemble Chains of the Chosen Dead. What do you have to say, Wowhead? I want the LFR version, not... Let's see. Is there a comment on it? Raid Finder Ensembles. The following sets can be obtained on any difficulty from any boss. This means you can have up to 12 attempts per week. Okay, so the Raid Finder Ensemble. Any difficulty, any boss. Okay, so it is anything. It's just curious that how much I've farmed it. Those specific ones have never dropped. When I've gotten the mythic ones, the heroic ones, and then the normal ones from the quest. Okay. Let's see here. Do it all the time on my non-engineering tunes. Nice. Hello, how's my favorite collecting crack? And hello, Chloe. I'm doing great. How's my favorite... I just call you a space satyr. I hope that's not offensive. That's what my brain says. I'm like, it's my favorite space satyr. But like, I know that's not entirely accurate, so I apologize. I love satyrs, by the way. It's one of the races I wish were playable. So like, it's a term of endearment, I swear. Megashid, thank you so much for the follow. Glad to have you here and hope you enjoy your stay. Well, it was a bunny now, right? Instead of a fox? Oh. Ooh, that's a good point, actually. I don't keep up with everyone. That's right, you switched. My bad. It's been a hot minute. Honestly, when I do watch you're one of the people I do watch. I don't, like, watch physically. I just listen in the background, so I haven't been looking. I'm sorry. Usually too busy working or something. Still, though, glad to have you here. Welcome. Are you excited for next month? Good grief. We're gonna die. It's gonna be great. Okay, Trial of Valor. So, all difficulties. We've got male, and we've got Played the Chosen Dead plate. Okay. Male. And we'll make a second one. Plate. Whoops. How have I spelled it correctly? There we go. Still waiting on a Snake Race playable, Disillusioned Naga that finally aren't fanatics to Ajara or the Sethrak. I don't care which at this point. I feel you. I feel like I'm finally coming out of WoW burnout so the world makes sense again. And yes, I am. Good God. I know, right? I'm excited. I'm glad. My burnout is still thick as thieves. I think it's here to stay. But I'm one of those people that I can function with burnout. That's why I'm pretty sure I do have ADHD, even the doctors say I don't, because I'm functional. So, I learned to deal with it. Maybe not very well sometimes, but... Okay, so, Trail of Valor, we have those. So that's in the list now, and I don't think... Yeah, I know Emerald Nightmare, I already have the shoulders. So that's good for Legion's rare Mog. We're good there. Now we turn our attention to older raids, as it includes all of them. Oh, I don't believe these have any super rare drops I need to focus on, because we're going to do it backwards. Normally I focus on like regular Mog first, but since the rare drops, specifically the mounts and I'm assuming ensembles, are going to be way higher, that's what I want to focus on first. But we'll see. I can't with Burnout for me. I avoid, it sucks. That's completely fair. But I'm comfortable with being in-game again, at least. Well, that's good. Except I can't remember what the heck I was farming. Fair. Completely fair. If I can recommend the to-do list add-on, it's fantastic. So, like, if you feel that Burnout coming on again and you don't want to play anymore, you could leave a note for yourself of what you were farming last in-game. And so when you come back, you could be like, oh yeah, I was working on that. It's saved me many times. 10 out of 10 recommend. Good add-on. Hello, Sako. How you doing? Glad to have you here. You can have high-function neurodivergence and whatnot. Yeah, which I'm pretty sure is what I have, but it also could be because I had heat stroke as a child. I don't know. Oh. Nice. Actually got an answer. I really like the new guy. Perfect.
Oh, new guy.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
You know, the thing that I'm not supposed to tell you about.
Mm-hmm.
But you know. There's a new guy, and he's actually been on the ball. We'll see how long that lasts, the poor soul, but... Alright. Cool. Let's see. I don't think from HFC... I don't think there's any, like... I think this is just regular Mog drop stuff. I don't think there's any super rare drops that I don't have from... I can't think of any from WAD. I have the mounts, and there wasn't any, like, super rare drop weapons. I think it's just Legion Plus. Mop. That's gonna be nice. That means I could freaking finally finish Mop. Get rid of this Thunder Forge Uncommon Boss drop crap that won't drop. Get out of my sight, Mop. That'll be nice. Good. Okay. We'll go grab it, thank you. Yes, you're very welcome. Happy to help. Wait, what's going on with the messages on the stream? They're scrolling across. I've been playing with the modules because they've been broken AF lately. So I've been trying different things. VTube Studio's got some different options now. I don't know for how long it's had it, but they seem new to me. We can like scroll the text all over the place, and I don't know, it's kind of fun. So we're giving it a try. Ponders, would the super second rare drops from Oldemon be worth trying for? I don't know. That's a good point. Because the way it phrases it, it just says like there's double the loot drops. I'm assuming specifically the bosses. So I don't actually know if this would include mob drops inside an instance. I'm sure we'll get people farming the heck out of it to let us know, but...
Maybe ask?
Oh, they're already being bombarded with questions. They're already looking into the recipe one.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. Not as worried on that one. Heading to Echo Isles, but was curious still. Reddit post from over a year ago, same issue as me. Crummy Time won't offer quest. Mission boards won't either. No one talked to in Borealis, so they are all being recommended the Echo Isles thing. That's irritating. You like Mop? Glad you do. Missed PTSD Kraken? Oh yes, I've had missed PTSD since 2013. It'll never go away. So, there you go. The Panda Girls are so thick. They are indeed. They're fun to mog, for sure. Okay, so a couple of quests from here. I don't think there's any, like, low droppy specialty type mog things that I need from Classic through WAD. That was mostly kind of a Legion Plus thing, with the exception of Legendaries, which I already have. And the one mount that's not Legion Plus that I don't have from Dragon Soul, I already have on the list. I can't think of anything unless y'all know of something that I might be missing. I haven't done a lot of targeted pre-mop, we'll say. Well, kind of pre-Legion. Mog farming. It's just kind of been focusing on the mounts and stuff so much. Let's see. Yeah. Running Dragon Soul gets me a bunch of gold. Nice. Okay, well. I think for the most part, that's probably good enough for now. We have a whole month to do it, but I won't be able to do it for the whole month because we have other events going on at the same exact frickin' time. So, let's focus on mounts first. I need to pick one to put my characters at. Let's see. Oh, cool. Not just unfriendly and neutral. The trolls on the ship are green friendly. Ah, nice. Well, that's good. That's definitely different than usual. Let's see. Do you all think I should start with the Sanctum of Domination Gloom Charger or Experiment 12B from Ultraxion? So
Experiment 12B.
You think 12B? That was quick.
You've been after that one for so long.
I have hundreds and hundreds of attempts on that one before I gave up and said, flipped it off and left. 12B, get rid of that stupid thing. Thank you. Okay. I see the consensus is similar. Alright. So let's do that then. Let's see. That's in Caverns of Time. Actually, that's pretty easy to get to. It's Kata. So anything is 60 plus will be perfectly fine. So, okay. Yeah. Let's clean up bags along the way, and we'll move characters. So we're gonna go park in front of Dragon Soul. Y'all excited? Let's see. Put that in there and that. I'll do something with that later. That can go in there. Not worried about professions at the moment. But I am Ultraxion. Exactly. They're gonna do Dragon Soul first as well, and then go back to Wrath. Completely fair. Yeah. Yeah, everybody's correct. You all know me better than I know myself sometimes. Okay. I'll just go ahead and put these away. Those back in there.
I'll probably end up doing Dragon Soul and Ice Crown Citadel first. I still need 2 from Dragon Soul.
What ones do you need?
12B and the Blazing Drake.
Ah, so you gotta do the whole thing.
Yep.
I probably should anyways for the Mog. Let's see. Because 12B can drop on normal and heroic. Let's see. Not LFR, but it can drop on normal and heroic at least. Unfortunately, you have to pick one difficulty a week because it's pre-siege of Ogrimmar.
Yeah.
Stupid. Let's see, how much Mog do I need? Stupid. Not a lot. Just a little bit. Yeah.
When is the next season dropping for Mythic Plus?
We don't know yet, but we're assuming sometime in August. I haven't seen an official date. Because they've been doing like the new patch would be after 11/2, which is sometime in August. Mm-hmm. And then usually like a week is when they wait for the official season to start, I noticed. So,
okay.
Sometime in August.
Because I didn't know. Okay, because I was debating on doing like Halls of Atonement and the Trezavesh ones for the Mog.
You probably should then, yeah. Or you're not going to have access to those until midnight.
Yeah. Okay.
They didn't feel terrible for Mog Drop. And we'll worry about that other achievement we didn't finish later. Not the broken one, but the other one.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. So yeah, looks like I'll need to do a little extra in terms of Mogs. I don't need to do just Ultraxion, but that's okay. Yeah. Mostly currency, quote unquote. Okay. Master Blackhand. Doesn't even look like I have to do the spine on heroic. I just have to do up to, or Master Black Horn rather, to the War Master, and then normal. I do have to do spine and Deathwing himself, but I only need one each, and with double loot dropping, because that means if it's double loot like they said, then in raids the typical 5 to 6 pieces that usually drop, that's going to be 10 to 12. If that's actually worded correctly.
I hope that's right.
I hope that's right too, because that means this is going to be literally 100% easier if the math checks out. So, yeah. Let's see. Where are we at here? 12 being Life by His Handmaiden are the ones I'm after. I can tolerate spine since they nerfed it. Why did the whole raid has to just... what I'm having to do the whole raid still is just why I feel that. It's gross. And trying to raid lock it doesn't work very well. I have tried. So you can, lock it like at a boss and whatnot. It's one of those raids that gets really fussy. So I had given up on it. Sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. One thing I'm hoping for in this collector's bounty thing is that it prioritizes transmog we don't have. I don't think that is likely, but that is my hope. That's fair. Why is my text scrolling in the middle of the screen? It's because it's a new feature on VTS. I was playing with it and it seems kind of fun. So, there you go. It scrolls chat text. He has the coolest intro. Deathwing even hypes him up. Fair. This would be the best time to get rid of those raid lock rules. Yes, agreed. I doubt they will, but... We're 1 week into 1117, approx 8 weeks each, so 7 weeks I'm guessing for season. Yeah, that would make sense. Good time to quit your jobs. JK, don't do that. You need to have money. Exactly. Can't wait for the Reddit post of people getting 12 Legion relics. You know it'll happen. You'll probably even see it on the stream. Alright. So. Cool. We'll worry about what difficulty we have to do later. Let's just start moving characters. Right, I was unloading stuff because I'm going to need... I would recommend cleaning out your bags too. Just because you're probably going to need the space.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll keep Jeeves on me in case I need him. But I'm not going to need any of my enchanting stuff. And that's for a different purpose. Alright. Alright, let's start planting characters. 2 Dragon Soul. I'm debating how many I should plant, because I do have 5 entire accounts active. And Dragon Soul, luckily, I can use all of them, except for the level 10s. So, all of them are 60 plus. Debatable how many I would need. That's the problem with planting alts too. You can't really foresee how much you actually need, so you might get it quickly or you might not. Well, let's do it this way. Let's just plant my first account. And if it so seems that I need to involve my alt accounts, then I will do that. But we'll just plant the first. Because believe you me, planting 300 some characters, we'd be here all week. And that feels a little unnecessary, so...
It feels like overkill.
That's overkill. Because it's supposedly 10 times. We gotta keep that in mind, too. What's 10 times 1? That's 10. So assuming, say, Ultraxian's mount was a 1% drop rate. It's a little lower than that, but... Pretending it was 1%, it's now 10%. For WoW drops, that's freaking huge. That's borderline guaranteed in terms of WoW drop rates. As terrible as that is to say. 10% is huge. So, even like 5% is not that bad. Because these are... We're dealing with the 1% to less than 1% drops. So, kind of insane. Let's see. I won't plant Inu because we're gonna need him for Dastardly Duos and stuff, so actually we log back off him. The true reward was the bags we filled along the way. Yes! I guess I'm just parking all my ults here and waiting until I can get a friend to just kill it multiple times for me. I get 2-shot. Aw, I'm sorry, Mecha Game. Do you have an alt account, maybe? Because that can help. Let's leave him here. Everything, yes. For this moment alone was I made. Slap. But I'm Ultraxion, exactly. Are you going to have a lockout to Ultrax already set up? No, because I can't get it to work unless you know how to fix it. Because the way I used to do it doesn't work anymore and hasn't in a long time. Which I guess I probably shouldn't anyway, because I do also need the MOG. So, X-nay that. Don't worry about sharing. I need the MOG anyways. So don't worry about it. Yeah, that's right. I mean, it doesn't take that long to get to him anyways. Yeah, Ultraxion isn't too bad. It's literally just the spine that, like, sucks. I mean, the RP is not great, but... The raid lockout I used to use, like, I haven't been able to get it to work. I don't know why it's broken, but whatever. I need the MOG anyway, so, you know, I won't worry about it. Okay, let's see. We'll just garrison Hearth. Oh, I can unplug now. This mouse charges so quickly. It's nice. There we go. Never park alts anymore after the time I carted all 50 characters to Ulduar, then got Mim's head on the first tune I took through the PTSD Israel. Completely fair. That's why I'm just gonna park my main account and we'll call it good with that. Because I have a history of being stupidly unlucky. And then out of the blue being insanely lucky for like a day and then not for like months. It's very weird. I don't need mounts from mop raids, but I hate farming Siege and the Throne so much now they've be high on my list. That's a fair point. That is definitely a fair point. It's not like clearing full ICC for Lich King. True. That takes forever. That takes like 20 minutes. Even if you skip the Green Dragon. And then you gotta wait for him to talk at the end. You're like, bro, please. Let's go. I got places to be. A lot of talking. You only need one Ooze Glob thing for the explosion, supposedly down from 10 or whatever. You do on Heroic. Unless they have finally fixed it, I don't know. But apparently only Heroic got that little buff fix, and Normal didn't. Which is weird. So, I don't know what that's about, but... I need MOG from both drops, from both Heroic and Normal. LFR too, but I'll worry about that later since you can't get them out from it. So, I'll figure out who does what difficulty when we go to run it. I'll probably just alternate. Do one normal, then one heroic, etc. It's not like I don't have enough characters for it. Wonder if this mount increase makes Dodie runs dead for the month for the Corsair mount. Probably, because it's not including Dragonflight stuff, so people are probably going to be focusing on other stuff. Pro tip, run the instance before parking each tune. Yeah, I'm gonna park this time. I actually haven't parked alts in a long time. I'm just gonna park my mains. Well, my main account, that is. I want to park. I haven't parked tunes in a long time. Not since... Legion. Is the last time I actively mount farmed. And I say actively as in like purposely going after the mounts to get it. And I'm not including the BOD stuff, like the Jaina mount and all that, because I'm mostly after the recipes, so I'm only doing it on my scribes. And then Mythic N'Zoth, when I feel like it. I don't really consider that super farming, honestly. Why do you have TSM on? Oh, I know why, because I was checking prices and stuff. Let's turn that back off. I need to fix that. Save. There we go. Oh, reload would be help. There we go. Yeah, bring one alt at a time, like with Ashes. I got my 18th before I even brought my alts there. It's Blizzard baiting you with low luck and high luck intervals, pretty much. Should I bother getting my struggling alts to level 80 or just 70? Depends on what you want them for. I would say you'd probably hit burnout real fast if you could try to get them all to 80. I mean, pre-patches possibly in like 3 or 4 months. And the leveling in pre-patch is usually decent. So if you want them 80 right now, I would say yes. But if you're fine with waiting, I'd say wait. Normal didn't, unless they changed within the last 2 weeks. That's fair. Keep saying I love to park, and that just keeps making me think of Back to the Future when Marty and his mom were in the car park together. Man, I haven't watched that in so long. I don't remember it very well anymore. Speaking of Wrath content and waiting, I did the Arthas lore walking raid, and the Halls of Reflection took forever. Accurate. I felt like the first couple of bosses had roughly the same health I did in comparison to when it was current. They didn't hurt me, okay, a little, only popped a potion twice. But I was just sitting there on trash, and the actual boss was half asleep, wondering when it was going to end. And then the hallway escape from Arthas bugged out 3 times. Had to leave outright because Cho wouldn't send me the next step. Oh no. I'm kind of glad I haven't done those yet then. I've seen other people do them. But, yeah. Woof. BTTF is one of my favorite movies of all the time. Back to the Future, yes. I need to watch it again. I watched it when I was like 12. But because of that, I don't remember it now very well. And I feel like I would appreciate it more as an adult than I would as a kid. So, yeah. True. What level do I need from Classic to Legion? 60, Los? I mean, I'd say 60. And Taurus might get a little dicey on 60s. So like 70 if you wanted like specifically on Taurus. But definitely anything under N Taurus, easy peasy on a 60. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Alright. John Malinay, I'm saying that wrong. Pitch for BTTF is funny. Spoiler, Biff is a jerk. Yes, he is. Alright. Get my bum over there. I guess I can close out of this now. Whoosh. See, if I take the time to park all my alts over there, maybe Blizzard will spite me and give me the mount before I finish my first account. Eh? Wink. That's what I'm hoping. We'll see. Listen, punk. Why don't you make like a tree and leave? Yes. Yes. That's great. Nyom. On my disc. Fittingly, that Zan gets to be parked here in the Caverns of Time. Like a tree and get out of here. Exactly. Whatever. That's funny. What one are you picking first, Silver?
Maybe ICC.
ICC? Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, good luck.
I'm gonna need it.
Yes, yes you are. Sick of these hissy kids. Oh yeah, I need to see that movie again. I wonder if it's free on YouTube. Let's see. It's probably not. That one's probably a rent. Let's see. Well, that's loading here. Let me type. Yeah. You can't even rent it. You have to buy it. 1985. Huh. You know, I'll ask my parents later. They might have it. They have quite the... They have quite the library of movies, so... Okay. Well, the Biff in BTTF2 looks presidential. Got Vince in the box last time Wrath Time Walking came in, so ICC is fully 100% insane mode. Nice, congrats. That's awesome. Alright, let's move this boyo. Is there a name for this event that you are planning for? There is indeed. The Collector's Bounty. And there's the link for you if you wanted to read about it too. Okay. those in there. Let's put that away. That. Get those on me. Alright. You're very welcome, Kalu. Happy to help. Over we go. Eh. The best part, too, is aren't those armor tokens warbound now? Let's see here. Kata. Dragon Soul. Yes. Yes, they are. Good, so it won't matter what class I bring. Thank goodness. It's part of the reason I'm missing so many of those tokens is because of the class disparity. Cool. Do keep in mind, too, that the Collector's Bounty is going on the same time as the Greedy Emissary, the redo version, I guess, of the Diablo event from back in DF. It looks like it'll be a little better this time around, though. You'll be able to collect currency and stuff to buy the new things. The old things are supposedly still a drop, so if you didn't have those are still dropped. But maybe that'll change. I don't know. At the very least, the new stuff you can buy with currency now, which I'm grateful for because it means that I won't have to spend my whole time trying to farm the Greedy Emissary bosses, and instead can cook that out. If it's still once an hour, I can plant a character, do the boss when it's up, and then log out and go back to legacy farming. I'm hoping that's why they're doing it at the same time. We'll see. I'm glad that the majority owner of Back to the Future is a hard no on making a Back to the Future reboot or Part 4. He's so against it, I'm so glad he is, because Hollywood now would just ruin it. Agreed. I think Greedy Emissary will be knocked out relatively quickly, as many alts as we have, though. I'm hoping so. Yeah, wasn't the currency bind on account, too? I think I remember saying something about that. Let me see if it's an ATT. Holidays. No, I don't see it. Unless it's under promotion. There it is. Shard. It is! It's Warbound! The Hellstone shards are the currency. Looks like, according to ATT, it could be a little wrong because it's not out yet for the event. You know how things get changed. But as of right now, it says we need about 520, and it looks like the currency is Warbound. So, there's that. Yeah, so I'm not too worried. I only need the new stuff. I don't know if the mount is buyable, but at least the ensembles are. So we'll see. Right. He's on his harvest hog. That doesn't fly. That's fine. I need to put stuff away anyway. Once an hour in the cities, extra 5 portals at a time, things every 15 minutes of the hour on the Wowhead post. Okay. I believe it was, and can imagine it won't be with how alt-friendly and how pretty much everything was warbound now. Yeah, that's why, like, Midsummer Fire stuff not being warbound I thought was odd. The currency. Some things still aren't. Oh, I can put those in here, actually. Get in there. Same with those. Go ahead and put that away. Put that away, too. Okay, good enough. They're still kind of transitioning in terms of... Right, came at that. Making stuff warbound, so I'm always like, so which is it? Because even if it should be, it isn't always. I think that's just a relic with the Midsummer Legacy Holiday. We'll have to fundamentally change it down the lines to make it warbound. More than likely.
I'll be right back. I need to go help Ma.
Alright. Alright, down we go. Let's see. Because if you think about it, the holiday is exactly the same as Cataclysm Classic. Gotcha. I have never played Cataclysm. Wow. I didn't play I said it again. Cataclysm when it was current, nor have I played the classic version, so I have no idea what it's like. I was very, very briefly, never got to max level, so not a clue. Cataclysm, apparently, yeah. Nothing has really changed except for new zones and stuff to buy. That's fair. Here we go. Cataclysm. Exactly. Cataclysm. My tongue. That's what happens when I'm tired. Kettle cornism. Now that just sounds delicious. Yes. Whoops. Almost sucked down my straw. Hello. Cataclysm. Yes. That's amazing. There we go. Yummy, now I want kettle corn. Right, same mortal cataclysm. Yes. Awesome. Oh, stretchies. So yeah, lots to do. Lots to do over the weekend. Lots to do, for sure. Okay, so she's pretty clean. Alright. And we go. Whee! It's fine. Even if I don't have to use all the parked alts, it's making me clean up their bags a little bit too, since I've been a little bit lazy about that. And they'll be ready to be mobile. Beautiful. And we'll just park the first account. Because of the drop rate and time, I don't foresee needing more than my first account, but we'll see. At the end of the article, it says Collector's Bounty buff is on by default, but can be turned on or off by visiting Innkeeper. Why would you want to turn it off? I assume, and I appreciate them doing the option, personally. I want it on, but I assume it would be for, like, hardcore collectors who would prefer, I guess, to get it the hard way. I agree, why would you want it off? But I would rather them make an option for people that might not want it. Kind of like the leveling buff. We don't usually have an option to turn off the Winds of Wisdom or whatever it's called. It's Winds of Mysterious Fortune now, I guess. Used to be Winds of Wisdom. Which for me was always frustrating, because when it was being done, it always came around when I was trying to make leveling guides. Guess what I can't do when everything is buffed by 100%? I can't make the leveling guides, so I have to wait till it's over. So, in this instance, I appreciate, for the niche folk that might want it off, for like, especially like YouTubers and such, you have the option. Have to leave in about 14 minutes myself. Capcom is a showcase of some games I'm interested in. New Resident Evil game, updates to Street Fighter 6, Pragmata Info, and I said Manster Hunter. Hunting Mansters. Exactly. But good, nice. I hope you get some good announcements for those. Sounds pretty awesome. Always down for a new Resident Evil. I'm glad they've been, like, reviving that series and, like, because, you know, I'm so used to the old ones. But, like, making them even cooler. Okay, so it doesn't affect me, but someone else may want it. I can live with that. Exactly. Exactly, Kylo. Yep. It's on by default, but you can turn it off. Perfect. I love the option. Options are good. Because you never know. Someone may be trying to do like a hardcore drop rate thing, and maybe it'll affect their data, or maybe they're trying to make a video. Who knows? I'm sure there's someone that doesn't want it on. Manster Hunter. Manster Hunter. Exactly, yeah. When I'm tired, I say things real weird. I apologize. Manster Hunter. We're gonna hunt them monsters out here in the swamp. Monsters. That's great. Ashley Duos is preventing me from having an alt grind Undercity reputation with a tower. That whole area that removed the vendor and associated. What, really? Oh no. I don't know why the original factions aren't warbound. I'm grinding to get free bags. I'm not paying for 100 gold or more. Less slot sure, but still annoying. That's frustrating. I'm sorry. And apologize. Have you ever seen those tweets that say change the name of the game by removing 3 leaders? Leaders? Help, I'm having a strong. This is kind of similar. Fair. That is fair. Me in a nutshell, dude. Alright, that's the warriors. Now for the Death Knights. The Derfnerch. Can't blame me for voice to text this time. My voice is flawless. Yes. No, it's not you. It's me. I'm excited and very tired all at the same time. Let's see. Him back. Over to Cataclysm. Here we go. Wow, stream got really pixely for a sec. Oof. Call a bondulance. Exactly. Help. I've been sick in bed the entire day. My body's in so much pain and it's just so damn hot. I'm sorry. The sickness is definitely going around. A couple weeks ago, and I'm still getting over it, I definitely was hella sick as well. I haven't been sick like that in many years. Many years. Not since like 2019. When the vids first made its first appearance. I've been perfectly fine. Yeah, I was pretty bedridden for a good several days too. So where am I going this way? So I hope you recover soon, because woof. Fevers, chills, feeling ill, can't breathe very well, can't taste or smell. It's not great. One thing that's missing from Collector's Bounty event is the removal of the 10 instances dungeons per hour on a character during the event. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a problem, Prune. I agree. We'll see what happens. This is why my alt accounts might be used, is for that right there, because that is a way to get around them. We'll see. I don't foresee hitting lockout because of Dragon Soul. It's so long. Takes forever. But we'll see. Hello, Data Bob. How you doing? Glad to have you here. Welcome. You got the pants. Congrats, Chan. It's awesome. How am I getting sick, though? I work from home. I don't go out. I barely even talk to my neighbor. What's going on? You and me both, Goose. I go out once a week, just on Sundays. I don't know. And I'm the one that got sick, and I'm the one that works from home. That's why we were joking a couple of weeks ago, like when I did right after I got sick, was that I was literally getting a virus through the PC or something, because no one else in my family got sick. I ended up giving it to them. So I have no idea. Like, and even then, I don't go out every Sunday. So I have no idea. And I can't blame it on the Switch 2 Midnight release, because I was apparently getting sick before that. And didn't know it. The one time I actually went out and did something, I ended up getting sick, but before that, didn't even know it. I thought I had blown out my voice from Dastardly Duos. Apparently that's not what it was. So, your guess is as good as mine. Don't know how I got it either. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just go back to whatever it's called. Dalaran. Had to take my computer in last night. Just got it back and set up. Oh man. Well, I hope you got it fixed. I hope they dealt with whatever the problem was. When you have bad stuff coming out both ends, lack of smell is a blessing or a curse to family roommates. Agreed. That has been nice. That has been nice. Not being able to smell things. I had a similar thought. Let's see. Yeah, I'll keep those on me. Now I have to ask how to get the LFR set. Can I buy that? Are they dropped from randoms? What raid are you referring to? Because each raid, for the most part, LFR sets, you have to just farm from LFR, but some of them do have some weird things about it. So what? Dragon Soul? Yeah, you have to farm LFR for it. In front of the dungeon, or the raid itself, I mean, the NPC right there, she will queue you for the LFR version. It's 2 wings. Good luck. Here we go. Actually, the duos blew your voice out. Was it that frustrating? I thought it did, but no, it didn't. I was getting sick. Because I was losing my voice all of a sudden since I have a super sensitive throat. It's very frustrating, but it didn't actually blow my voice out. I just thought it did. Because we were yelling at the NPCs because they're absolute trash on the first day that it came out during stream. But, so that's what I thought it was. Alright, caverns of time, here we go. Down we go. TMI, but I had food poisoning once. Hospital put IV in my dominant hand. Oh no, that's the worst. Because then you're feeling the pain in your dominant hand for ages. I'm sorry. I don't think I've ever gone to the hospital for food poisoning though. It must have been really bad. Oh, okay. I'm kind of in between windows, so it was hard to hear the nuance. All good, Mecha King. No worries. Heading out now. Take it easy. I'll catch you on the loot pinata. Have a good day, Goose. I hope you feel better soon. No, the wiping. Oh! That makes sense. Woof. Yeah, that would suck. That does... No, I'm so sorry. Oof. That makes sense. There we go. Okay. DK. The kind of thing too is, speaking of DK, is I think Blizzard must be jealous or something. Because now I can't play Donkey Kong Bonanza on the stream. Because guess what we're going to be doing the whole month? The holidays, the events. Blizzard, yet again, coming in hot, trying to make sure that we can't do anything else. Son of a bitch. It's okay. It's okay. I'm glad that this holiday is actually worth its salt now. Because it definitely wasn't originally. Just once, I would like a nurse to know how to put in an IV without the back of my hand feeling like the needle is grinding against the bone. Just turning like a rock tumbler. Every doctor who has ever seen me after had to redo it, and it was painless after. They always had this look of pure disdain when they saw that. Oof. I'm sorry. That's... Ugh. I've luckily only ever had an IV once, and it was actually when I got my teeth pulled, because they had to do surgery to dig them out, because I have what I had jokingly my wisdom teeth I like to call the demon teeth, because, and I'm not making this up, I wish I was, literally looked like old god tendrils. They were digging down into my jawbones, and my upper ones were starting to cut into my tendons at the back of my jaw. They were like spike balls. And they just kept tendriling. I'm like, maybe I am half old god. What's going on here? So they had to do surgery, and of course I wanted to be put out for it. I was like, no, just put me out, because a lot of painkiller doesn't work very well on me. I'm super immune to a lot of it. And the stuff I'm not immune to, I'm allergic to. So I was like, please put me under. I don't want to remember this. So that's the only time I've ever had to have an IV. And because I have some serious needle phobia, my fight or flight kicks in. I get aggressive. I'm not a flight person. I am a fight person. And if someone comes at me with a syringe, I get aggressive. I have punched nurses in the past when I warned them. So... so they just called it the happy pill. I don't know what it was. I took a half of one. They recommended 2. I took a half of 1. My mother and the nurse there in the dentist office literally had to drag me. I vaguely remember it. It was mostly my mom's retelling of it to where the surgery was going to be done, because I was giggling and drooling and couldn't walk. I was basically drunk. And I remember them telling me, that's the spooky thing, okay, I'm going to put the IV in now, because I was a little conscious, but because I had that drug, whatever it was, I was like, okay. Fight or flight instinct gone. It was so funny. Hey Kraken, when the drop increase starts July 1st, is it good or bad to run 2 tunes one from 2 different accounts on the same BNet account. Will that increase my drop chances for mounts or lower it? It will not really do anything if they're running in the same instance at the same time. It won't really do anything because it'll be the same loot chance. So technically it'll hurt it because you'll be using up the same loot chance for that run. So I would run them separately. That sounds horrible, right? Are you a redhead? I am blonde, actually. I have honey, dirty dishwasher, blonde hair. It's ironic that careful nurses hurt more and the scary ones can do IVs or take blood at one poke and done. True that. I didn't go put that in my bank. Let's go do that. The roots of my teeth are so long and gnarled, having them make a mini buzzsaw. Take a mini buzzsaw made me think of horror movies, right? I can't recall what kind of drug they put in me once, but I was full body violently thrashing, and they left me alone for almost 2 hours while I'm freaking out, thinking I'm having a heart attack. Oh no. Yeah, see, that's what I didn't want. That's why I wanted to be put under. I was like, I don't want to remember this. So, do dastardly duos not know how to respawn? They keep dying on me. The NPCs? No, they won't. You have to wait until they all wipe to reset. They will not respawn on their own. It's very infuriating. There we go. I know redheads usually have a higher tolerance for anesthesia. Gotcha. Nope, no redheads in my family. We're all blonde. As far back as I can remember on both sides, actually, with the exception of the Native American blood. I do have a lot of that. And I know a lot of them tend to have a high tolerance for drugs. So maybe it's that, because I'm 1/3 Coos, Cherokee, and Umpqua. So I'm, what I like to say, a classic colonist. Partial Native, partial French, German, English. So like, and then I've got some Scandinavian of some sort, I'm not quite sure, in there somewhere, because my whole family, exception of my mom, is tall, blonde-haired, and the men are blue-eyed, except I have hazel, but I'm 5'8", which I apparently is tall for women. I don't know. The head dentist found me and gave the other guy complete dressing down and said to take the week off. He was so pissed. Oh no, you've had such terrible experiences. I'm so sorry. I've never seen that. But I haven't had very many medical experiences for myself, luckily. So, only a couple of times have I had to do any doctory, medical-y type things. Fortunately. And I hope it stays that way. So your ancestors gave the blankets and cuddled under them. They did! They did! Whatever they did, they did. Because I've, at least on one side, have ancestry that's all the way back to the first ships that came over to the US. So, yeah. They did. Why must medical stuff be so unlucky for me? I'm sorry. That's such a cute way of putting it, too, SWP. I want you to know I call you Swoop in my head. Swoop.
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 Swoop. There we go. Okay. Let's go put those away, and then we'll move him over to Thingamajig. And also, welcome back, Silver. Got your maw all sorted.
E.
Perfect.
Also got water.
Some water.
Water.
Beautiful.
Because I cannot drink plain water like a normal person. It has to be flavored.
Understandable. Let's see here. This side. The confirmation makes my initials swamp. So I guess I'm swamp. Swamp! I love that. Swamp. Swamp. All I hear is my brother saying it like that. He used to play Magic, so he would call his swamp deck swamp. Swamp deck. It doesn't actually normally sound like that. It's on purpose, but it's funny. Swamp. Right, this way. Also, I want you to know, Silver, I'm never changing out this unicorn pet that Raul has. So, I got all wibbly-eyed when I saw it.
Aww.
So that pet is staying.
I'm glad.
Yes. I don't care. That doesn't even fit him. It's staying. Fits him now.
It's his now.
Yes. Meow. Okay. He's good to go. Loggy outy. Ugh, it's really muggy. It's not hot, but it's warm and it's muggy because it keeps raining on a coldish day, and then it gets hot the next day, and then it's muggy for a day, and then it gets cold and rain again, and then it gets hot, and then it's muggy. And I'm like, stop with this weird cycle of pain, please. Ugh. So I'm like, do I or don't I turn on my AC? Seriously. I think every time I think about if I will get back into Magic the Gathering, I go, will I be targeted by the other 8 people at the table by doing the only things I enjoy, i.e. mass chaos? Yeah, better not. Everyone, including me, discards at random, banishes or sacrifices a bunch of creatures, mills their deaths, etc. Fair. I don't know much about it. I just know my brother liked doing undead and swamp, whatever that means. He liked his cannon fodder type stuff. The mass amount of mobs that just overwhelm you type of thing. Just carried up my new portable AC up 3 flights of stairs. It was so heavy and I'm a sweaty monster now. I hope it's really good. I hope so. At least, even then, at least for at least one room, a portable AC would be good. If not the whole area. I might turn mine on. I'm feeling a little blech. Yeah. Give me 1 second. It won't take me for very long. I gotta set it back up because I keep because mine gets so in the way. I have to set it up because I have to drag it across the room and like attach the thing to the window because it's a portable like rolly one. But the plug for it that I can plug it into because of the power is on one side behind my dresser, and the window is on the other side behind my couch. So it sits at this awkward, it takes up like the whole floor when I set it up. So when I don't need it, I'm quick to put it away, but I guess I should just be leaving it out. So 1 moment, I'm going to do that. I'm tired of being sticky. There we go. AC is on now. Woof. Because I am feeling a little woozy. I hope it's really good. Yeah, it's for 500 square feet, which is a little more than my living room. Nice. Well, I hope it works good for you then. Got fused for a minute. Was doing my 5-time walkings, went into a TBC dungeon, forgot I queued for Ahun. Rip. I've done that. No longer need my desk fan ever since my dad pumped more insulation into the house. Got the window wide open on a really hot day and I'm visibly shivering and teeth chattering. Definitely jealous. Definitely jealous, because woof. There we go. Also in Boston, related to the school year, lots of leases end at the end of August, and move in is on the 1st. I'm never going to move out of this place around that time again. Done it a few times now, and it's absolutely disgusting. I bet. But moving all this stuff we have brought into this apartment since 2021, no thanks. From 3rd floor, no, I'd rather die. Completely fair. Woof. That is too much. Yeah, I can't do apartments. Led to live in one very briefly with a different friend while I was in between trying to figure out what I was gonna do a long time ago now. Hated it. It wasn't even my apartment, it was hers. Hated it. I would never again. I was so stressed out constantly. Let's see, his bags are already good, so over we go to Dragon Solio. My dad helped us move in here. I thought he was going to break his back. Oh no. Again, I've mentioned in the past, I have Hashimoto's disease. It's still quite warm for everyone else. I need heat like a reptile, practically. Oh man. Yeah, I'm the opposite. I can't sweat properly because I'm missing a lot of sweat glands. So I get overheated super easily and even had a heat stroke as a child, which damaged part of my memory. Which is why I'm like, I'm not sure if I actually do have ADHD. Pretty sure I do. But it could have been the heat stroke too, so who knows. So I feel you. Same but opposite. I need cool air. I don't do well when it's hot because my body does not regulate itself very properly. Please take that heat away from me, right? Same. Okay, this character is good to go. Beautiful. Is this better? Swamp! Swamp! Perfect! That's adorable. I love it. Swamp. I'll call you Swamp now. Even better. Look at that. The name change is cute. Swamp. Oh, I love that. I promise I'm saying that with affection. I love when my brother talks like that. It's great. Missed the high score by 8k. Aw. Well, at least for the high score, it does stack. We confirmed that this week. So do it again. You'll be good to go. Picking a Twitch name is harder than naming an alt. Fair. Totally fair. Okay. And we go. That drink's all gone. We all swamp. Yes. Oh, other side. I had thought that getting the Traveler's Mammoth was a bad idea. Now I can't imagine playing without it. Right? Right? Same for, like, the Yak or a Bruto or... Yeah, I feel you. Once you get used to having that utility at your fingertips, you're like, how did I live without this? Auction House, for example, on demand is irreplaceable for me. I use it so much. Vendors on demand, need it. Mailbox on demand, need it. Spoiled. Here we go. Okie dokie. Alright. That's why I resist new apps, tech, and life. Once you get it, you always need it. It doesn't really apply to me for like apps and stuff outside of game utility. I definitely don't have that same issue there, luckily. I don't really use a lot of apps, actually. I use Discord. I have Twitter and Blue Sky for work. I post, you know, like updates and random comments to get kind of seen, at least for streaming and all that. If I didn't stream or have YouTube, I wouldn't have either of them because I could care less, frankly. Do I use any other app on my phone? Yeah, everything I think is related to my job or WoW specifically. So, yeah. Kind of funny. Let's see, put that in there. These in there. I can't wait until I no longer need all of this space for Mog. Speaking of, I need to definitely post today. So I need to do that after stream. Beautimus. I'm old. I've seen work evolve. Convenience creates demand, fax, email, instant message. It's faster. The faster it's sent, the more immediate the reply needs to be. Yeah, that's perfectly fair, and I agree. It's kind of funny. It's why I hate email. The only time I have to use email is if like I need to reply to, or just need to check like when things are being delivered to me, or like password resets. Since I haven't picked up another job for dispatch or for data management or anything, I haven't renewed that contract because I haven't been able to. I haven't had used email, and that's the only time I use it was for work. I hate using email. I would rather use Discord or texting. Like, just text me. Seriously. A shame there's no such thing as the ability to make an add-on for the new character login screen. I still hate the new way they list characters. I have so many characters that are practically carbon copies of one another. I can't tell this is the X class of Y race with Z professions. Other measurements I won't go into. Switch back to a heartbeat in the old system if I could. I mean, you technically can just delete the folders. You don't have to use the folders to organize them, if that's what you're referring to. But yeah, you can name if you wanted to get more groups, you can have up to 20 of them and name them whenever you want, like Haley said. I have 16 groups, as you've been seeing. 13 for the classes, and then bankers, Twinkies, and Speedies. Same with the entertainment. Used to be watch an episode, talk about it all week. Now it's binge. Fair. Totally fair. Alright, get that one over there. Beautiful. Okay. Let's see here. Anything interesting? Nope. Okay. Man, I'm so hungry. I didn't get to eat breakfast this morning because I didn't have time, so I'm really hungry. Oh, that's okay. I'll live. Okay, so this guy's good to go. Let's get him over to that. But it's the most important meal of the day. Well, that's what happens when you don't have time. Got up at 9 instead of 8. Had to clean the house, take care of chickens, take care of the cats, take care of the dog. Laundry, dishes, all that stuff. Ran out of time. What about second breakfast? I won't get to eat until after 5, unfortunately, because of stream. That reminds me to eat. Man, I had mixed vegetable rice. I nuked at 2 in the morning. 13 hours is fine without eating, right? I mean, if you're not hungry. There we go. 11sies. I wish I could eat as much as a hobbit and be totally fine. I really do. I love food, but it doesn't love me. Here we go. Okay, he's good to go. Luckily, I honestly picked a pretty easy raid. Well, you all picked for me, but to start with. In terms of travel, it's not like frickin' Sanctum of Domination. Ugh. Which I think that one can drop an LFR too, so I think we'll just do the LFR version, because I am not carding all of my characters all the way over through the Maw to the Sanctum raid area. No. You can fly through the purple part of the wall? Well, I wish I knew that. You can! They're fun to ride along. I used to do that a lot. I want to lose weight, so I need to plan my meals better, but also I am Hobbit. Fair. Completely fair. Okay. Wish it would stop giving me the lore walking quest. Please go away. I've already done that one quest. Okay. Down we go. Personally, I will only use the DF teleport ring to see what each alt will farm each day. That's fair. Well, with the event going on, I will be hyper-focusing on each one until I'm done with it. That way I get it done. All I need is some inspiration before I do somebody some harm. I feel just like a vegetable down here on the farm. Nice. And we go. Second breakfast is the best, absolutely. Eh. Okay. My issue nowadays is not eating junk. Roughly 2 years ago, almost without eating junk. But I eat a lot of what would otherwise be healthy. I think an entire pot full of boiled broccoli is barely a snack. I wish I could eat more unhealthy. I really don't eat a lot of junk. I have to, like, make the junk. If that makes sense. That's why it's always funny. People are like, oh, you want to lose weight? Just cut out junk food and drink less soda. I'm like, well, I don't really eat junk food, and I don't drink soda. So, got any other recommendations besides working out? No? That's fine. Whatever. I had to decide long ago to either be happy with myself, as I am, and live a happy life that way, or constantly stress about how I look and how much I weigh. I'm not, like, super overweight by any means, but because I did a whole year just to see if I could get down to my target weight. I did. I was 140. And I looked fantastic. I was buff, I was lean, and I was the most depressed I'd ever been in my life. So, yeah, it was hard. Working out every single day, eating basically nothing but protein. I had to do full keto for the whole year. I hated it. I don't want to go back. I don't care how good I looked. My issue nowadays isn't... Oh, I read that. Me too. And how do you work out more when you live on a farm? Exactly! I already do a lot of physical work. I move things around. Like, I have to pick up hay bales and boxes and giant-ass bags of seed and cat food, dog food. I move all that stuff around. Pots that weigh 10 times my weight, I move those around. I'm very strong. It's not like I'm not. I just look like I'm not. So it's like... What do you want from me, body? My body is very much happy with extra chub. It's not, it doesn't want to be lean and trim. Drives me crazy. So this dragon war we've been fighting for thousands of years could have been over 23 minutes if we asked these adventurers. Exactly. The trees accept you just as you are. Yes, they do. My trees like me. You're so right. So this Capcom event's going well. Oh, nice. Game, when your game needs more... Is that good well or... I'll watch the clip after stream. Is that good well or bad well? Ruh-roh. I've gone on diets before, and it's funny well. Okay, good. That's good. Wanted to make sure. Perfect. Because whenever people do like links and clips and stuff for me, I queue it up in my browser. Otherwise, the audio will get picked up, and I have to like sit here and try to watch it, and you know. But yeah, that's funny. Good. Glad it's going funny good. I've gone on diets before when my system is clear of bad stuff. The first time I eat something I should, my gut reacts so violently at the bathroom. It's my home for the foreseeable future. Even if it was like 4 or 5 M&Ms or something. I feel like that. It's not quite as bad for me, but I definitely feel ill if I eat anything icky for too long. Yeah, I feel that. Sounds like a Rocky montage. It pretty much was. It pretty much was. That was my whole life that year. It was, You don't have a mount on? Why do you not have a mount? Oh, right, because you race changed. You need the pig. Hog. Piggy. He rides the pig. Hugrus. There we go. Gotcha. Audio is def safe for work. Okay, perfect. Excellent. Sugar-free candy will solve binging in a hurry. See, that's the funny thing. Like, it's not even candy. Like, my version of being bad is having some mac and cheese, like the good old Kraft mac and cheese, or having some cookies, or like, what are some other things I like? Cheetos. I love Cheetos, but that's a rare. I did have some Rice Krispies last week, but it took me like a whole month to eat a couple of them. Don't eat that much. I really don't. It's expensive anyways. The snacks I like are expensive. The pig's definitely going to market, yes. But I'm not really a candy person. Here we go. Unless we're including like chocolate. I do love chocolate. If we're including chocolate and candy, then definitely chocolate. But I don't eat that a lot either. I don't even have any on me. I've been wanting some. Wah. Me personally, I know restricting or cutting things out isn't the answer. Same. It doesn't. That never works for me. If I want to get like super nice and sexy looking, I have to work my ass off. I've proved that to myself. I've proved that to my family. It was a lot of work and the most depressed I'd ever been. So, same. I never needed that before. I think I just ended up having more calories than I needed since college COVID. I just ate really poorly. That's fair. Ate a whole bag, didn't realize it was sugar-free. Lost a lot of water weight. Nice. Also, I can always have more protein and veggies. Yes. I go for a chicken salad or something right now. Also, hello, Cabbage Man. Speaking of veggies. How you doing? Glad to have you here. Welcome. There we go. Oh. I am ravenously hungry. This isn't even funny. I've gotten so used to having breakfast since I have to get up so early. It's okay. Burning a few calories won't kill me. I just might be mildly grumpy as stream goes on. 680k score. Nice. Congrats. Eat that Dastardly Duos. See you next week. Excellent. Yes. Down we go. I know. I'm not particularly pleased that all of these holidays overlap so much, especially now that they actually improved the collector's bounty. So I actually want to farm it now. I didn't really care before because like one whole item, woo, that wasn't great. But they have changed it. So people thought I worked out in college, but all I did was walk a lot. Like I would go somewhere in the city, get a giant cookie, and the guy would be like, "Huh? Cheat day? Why say this? Don't say this to people." And I'd be like, "Nope." Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely something I am lacking, but even then, I used to do the treadmill a lot to make up for my lack of walking, since I don't work. Since I work from home now, I used to have to do a lot of walking. And stairs. There was a lot of stairs. I never bothered with the elevator, because the elevator took longer than walking up the stairs. So, and with heavy backpacks and heavy bags, no less. Briefcases and all that. Yep. Is her talent wrong again? Yes, it is. Fix a blizzard. No, it's correct. Oh, I see, because it wants me to pick a couple other things. Fine, whatever. Sure. I have something passive, please? There we go, that's one. Because of my injuries of being hit by a car between it and the bumper of a parked car when I was 18, stairs have been my most hated enemy. I can do inclines, but stairs specifically can die in a fire. Oh, I'm sorry. That's frustrating. I have super, super delicate knees, ankles, and wrists. So, in fact, the light just flickered. Let me go check and see if anyone is using the air compressor outside. Because my parents are gearing up to go do something over the weekend. Because if they are, I have to turn my AC off or we'll lose power. So, one moment. I'm back. No one's using the air compressor. It was just the house switching inverters because the washer's on. We're fine. Had to make sure. Because my light will flicker when the inverters switch. But it'll also do that if someone's using the air compressor, so had to check. I had back spasms. Went to a chiropractor. They were on the second floor walk up. Woof. I said if we can get to we don't need you. No kidding. What? Oh. It sounds about right. That's why my chiropractor clinic actually changed venues a few years ago. They moved already once, and then business dropped to under like 1/4 of their usual because they were on the second floor. What? That... How do you expect... Yeah. That doesn't make any sense to me. Chiropractor on upper floors, not ground level. At least put it in an elevator. Come on, people. That doesn't seem intelligent to me. Whatever. What would I know? You know what doesn't help with my hunger? My mom actually decided to make tacos. She doesn't cook very much, but when she does, it's nice. When I'm not having to do the cooking. She made tacos. So I can smell it. I'm dying. I'm dying inside. Still an hour and a half to go. That's okay. Alright. Over we go. 2 caverns of time. What we'll probably do too, since I'll have all these characters parked at caverns of time, is farm Mog as well. Like if I get that mount rather early, I do need Mog from the rest of the difficulties. I could start doing that. And I believe you can do LFR in addition, since it's a different instance considered. Can't do normal and heroic in the same week on the same character, but I think I should be able to do LFR separately. Don't remember though, it's been a while. Could always take a 20-minute break or longer and come back later, or not really worth breaking up stream like that. It's not worth it, honestly, since I only stream for 4 hours. I mean, 20 minutes or 30 minutes. It'd take me probably about 10 minutes to put the taco together, because I'd have to cook the tortilla, melt the cheese, put the stuff on it, and then I gotta try to stuff my face in 10 minutes, which, trust me, it takes longer to eat than you think. especially if it's something like that. So, I have tried this in the past. But it's not worth it. I'd rather not rush eat. I want to actually enjoy my taco. Plus, I don't want a taco. I want nachos. Definitely can't eat that during stream. So, yeah. So usually I just eat breakfast before stream and then I'm good and then eat after stream because of dinner. But alas, today is not that day. The event will have to wait a day on my part, though Canada Day. I think being fed free food and talking to people I haven't seen over years or more is worth it. Nice. Actually making nachos tonight. Nice, that's what I'll be doing too. I'm gonna have a big old plate of nachos, dude. I will have to mute, and Silver will just have to wait because I do not need to be a in her ear. As I like to call it, again, nachos are anti-gamer food. They are, because you can't use your hands. Otherwise, you're gonna get your stuff all gooky. Nacho ASMR, exactly. Yeah, we don't need that. Alright, let's put that. Come on, open the bank. Wake up. In there. Good enough. I was in between homemade pizza or bean quesadillas. Ooh. Bean quesadillas would be easier, but homemade pizza would be more delicious. Nice. You can with one button macro now. I mean, I play one-handed anyways, but you still need your mouse for some interaction and like dialogue stuff. The interact key doesn't solve everything. So it's still... I play one-handed otherwise anyways. My mouse literally only does interacty type stuff and menus. Everything else is with my left hand. Just use a fork and butter knife to eat your monsters, but not just like a monster. True. Nacho Man. Why do I get reminded of the silliest things? It was a commercial. Nacho Man. I wanna be a Nacho Man. Don't worry, I know what you're talking about. That was my era, so. Back when commercials were interesting. Ah, nachos are for hands only. Exactly. I haven't watched the TV in a decade. Same. Wait, you move the camera with the left hand? Nope, I move the camera with my right hand. And even then, I don't have to do it very much because the camera is mostly automated. Yeah, interaction stuff. I was including the camera in that. But I could just ignore the camera entirely if I wanted to because I have dynamic cam on, which keeps it behind me, so. Me too, I pick simplest rotation, condense with cast sequence, mouse and 5 keys mostly. Yeah, I have a lot of mine in mod macros. So I have everything on my bars. This is not a good example since this one worked out perfectly, but yeah. So I just hit shift with my pinky and then abilities will change. That's why my keys look the way they do, is because they're tailored to the design of my keypad. So I play on a left-hand keypad, so. And yeah, I cater my talents to that a lot. Like, if I have more than 6 damage buttons, a couple can go over here if I really, really want them, but for the most part, I try to keep it to 6. 1 through 6. Well, actually, it's R through 6, technically. So that's my spammy button, right under my fingy. Alright. And I definitely need to move the camera with my mouse for flying, because this doesn't work very well. Skywriting doesn't with just the keyboard. It really kind of needs your mouse. Oh yeah, I said camera, but I just noticed I barely used A and D. I turn right with the mouse button. I do both. It depends. I just kind of wombo combo it. Whatever kind of happens, happens. I do strafing a lot though, so I use Q and E a lot more than my A and D. Keypad thing sounds really nice, but I would be afraid it would break or stop making them, and I couldn't use a mouse and keyboard regularly. Well, if it helps, I have a cheesy, cheapo, what is this, T9 Deluxe? It was like 25 bucks on Amazon. I got it to see if I would even like it back in WoD, and it's the same one I've been using since WoD. I have a couple of backups, but I've never needed them, and this thing has been so trashed. It's had coffee, soda, tea, it's been smashed. But I take it apart and clean it once in a while, because it's all mechanical keys, it's not like digital input per se. Yeah, which I like. So it's pretty sturdy. I can't speak for other keypads, I don't use a fancy one. And I can't use the new ones anyways, because like they don't have enough keys. This one has more keys than like say like a Razer or some of the other ones, or the Orb Weaver. I lose out on a lot of keys, and I use all the keys on this thing. I like to see one button evolve into a visual UI where you can bucket spells versus cast macros, or use drag through like charge ups to pick from different spells. That would be interesting. Let's see, to Dalaran with you. Drink your water. Hydrate. Okay. To the banky. To the banky with ye. Put those in there. Okay. And that. Okay. And I would probably try out WoW on a controller if they made it actually a default option thing. Yeah, that's fair. I used to play WoW on a controller. In fact, part of when I raided back in WoD and early Legion was on a controller. It was my PS3 controller, I think it was. Nope, wrong direction. Keep trying to go to BFA because I've been doing BFA stuff, and so I'm trained to go that direction. Whoopsie. But that, yeah, but the console, was it called Console Port, I think? Was the add-on I used to use for that? I'm sure it's still around, but I haven't used it since then. So you raid on what? Controller! I used to raid on a controller. It was the PS3, I think it was the PS3 controller that I used. That's when I was selling AOTC carries for the Moose and HFC. In case anyone remembers that. The era, I mean, obviously not me doing it because I wasn't streaming. But here we go. Nice. I don't want to mess with figuring out how it is now. Yeah, that's fair. Same, honestly. It's totally different, I think, than it is now. Or than it was then, and I don't feel like changing. I like my setup, so right there with you. Hello, Arendt. How you doing? Glad to have you here. Welcome. That's preposterous. Why is that? Is that how you use that word? All good. Yeah. It is. I remember PS3. I was one of those idiots who didn't realize the cord was just for charging. Oh, no. Rip. Yeah, that short, stupid little cord just for charging. All right. Next character. How's it going over there, Silver?
It's going.
Yeah? What you working on?
Yeah. Moving characters to Ice Crown.
Aw, nice. Getting all prepped. Cool. Alright, over we go. There we are. Beautiful. I'm hoping I don't hit lockout super fast. We'll see what happens next Tuesday. Once you try the Pro Controller for the Switch, it made me never want to use it handheld, but currently I have to. I've used it. My brother has, or not my brother, my brother's friend has a Pro controller. He comes over and plays sometimes with my brothers. They've been playing Mario Kart together. I like it, but I think it's a little too beefy for me. I kind of like the little itty-bitty Switch version better. I have little hands. Little girly hands. What is lockout? You get limited instances per hour that you can do. So, for example, you can only go into 10 instances per hour, or dungeons or raids. That's what an instance is in this case. Dungeons or raids per hour. So if you zoom through that real fast, you'll hit your lockout, and you have to sit there and wait, or play on a different server or different account to get around it. It's really annoying. I wish they would remove it. I hate it. Stupid. It reminds me of the Xbox controller a bit, which is the console I'm most used to nowadays. I haven't played PlayStation since the PS2. That's probably why I don't like it. That is a good comparison. I'm not fond of the Xbox controller. It's too big for my hands. Like, I can use it, but I dislike it. I have little girly hands with spindly long fingers, so I can use it, but my fingers get tired after a while if I'm not resting it like in my lap. Yeah. Not to be confused with raid lockout, you can only do it once per week per turn. Exactly, yes. In this case, that's the lockout I'm referring to, is the instance lockout. I'm a bear. Reminds me, let's hear that. I have the thing that lets you do Tazafesh on hard mode, but is there a reason to do it on hard mode like a drop that won't give otherwise? I know... I don't quite remember what it was, but I know there was a couple, I think, souls for the soul shapes that were hard mode only. I know there's the mount from the achievement that was hard mode only, and there was something else that was, but I don't remember what it was. You'd have to look. ATT would probably tell you. I just don't quite remember, I'm afraid. Okay, put that in there, that in there, and that in there. Excellent. But there was only a couple things to farm on hard mode, so once you get those couple of things, that you don't need it anymore. It's mostly for the achievement. I find my hands get really tired using the Switch 1 handheld mode. How's Switch 2 feeling? Perfectly fine, honestly, for me, but I didn't have that issue with the Switch 1 either. It's very similar to the Switch 1, but I do think it feels a little bit better. I'm not quite sure why, because the Switch 2 is even heavier than the Switch 1 compared to, like, my OLED. But somehow it feels a little nicer. I don't know. But I usually play it in bed, to be fair, if I'm doing handheld mode. I'm laying on my side, so it's propped up by a pillow, so I can't really give too good of a review on that otherwise. And if the game lets me, I even play one-handed. Some of the games do, not all of them. Okay, that one's good. Excellent. Beautiful. I heard it's heavier, but the handles just have a better shape. Yeah, they are very slightly different. It's very similar to the original, but they're tweaked like just enough that it's a little more comfortable. It's not as awkward feeling, I think. I don't know, you'd have to feel it, because, again, I have weirdly tiny girl hands, so it kind of... I don't know. I feel like I'm a bit of an anomaly. Just realized I have been doing Ahoon daily. Can you spam it on alts? Yes. You get once a day chance per character, so you can spam it on as many alts as instance lockout will allow you. You do too, technically? Gotcha. I hate these stupid banners. Okay, or you could not fly anymore. That's fine, whatever. At least too small for MMO mouses. Oh, same. MMO mouses are freaking huge. It's like trying to move a brick across my desk. I was like, this isn't gonna work. Yeah, I find control keybinds hard to use. Yep, that's why I like my left-hand keypad, because Shift, Control, and Alt are all under my left pinky. Right there. So I can use them at any given moment. It's like the exact size, a little under the size of my full finger span width and height. So it's like perfect. I love it. It's very nice. So, I know I'm biased, but I've been using it for years and trying to go back to like a regular keyboard. I'm just like, I can't do it. I'm so spoiled with how everything is right there at my fingertips with this keypad. Oops, nope, I don't want to go in. Nah, you got me anyway. Back out. Whoopsie. Not yet. Okay. I can link you the one I use if you want, though. They're usually, it was like 25 bucks when I bought it, so I don't know how expensive it would be now. Let's see here. It's not a fancy one. So it was, I thought, like a good starter to get used to that sort of thing. Let's see. T9 Deluxe keypad. So where is it at? No, that's not it. The problem with this one, Model T9. Model T9, let me look it up. Model T9. Fine. Deluxe keypad. There it is. Didn't want to come up under T9, but... Okay, but this is probably going to be quite the link, but it's the Amazon link, so... Yep, it's quite the link. Jeez. Anyway, that's the Amazon link to the keypad that I use. Oh, it says currently unavailable, though. Oh no, I didn't even notice. Oh, that's not good. Well, it shows you how old it is. Well, anyway, at least you can look at it, so you see what I'm using. But that's the one. Good old Amazon links. Frickin' half a page. I swear, now it's streaming on the stream. Gosh dang it. Why? Oh well, whatever. Mine is so beat up looking though. That link is so long you have to pee in a bottle before you get to the end. Right, exactly. Swear. Ruined Totem, why are you here with me? I've already done stuff. Boy. Well, the screen scroll of it is so funny. I know, right? It's still going. It looks like a frickin' bot posted it. Whoops. Oh well. My bad. Okay. This bird isn't turning white, right? That's weird. Like an ad. Exactly, yeah. Oh, it looks like it finished good. Why is this bird controlling weird? Maybe it's the flight form. It's not right. Okay. Next character. Let's see. Hold on, getting a question. There we go. I was just getting DM'd by someone. Anyway. Back we go. Oh, okay. We're getting there. We got through. Oh, this druid is level 50. Well, I should be fine in Dragon Soul. I forgot that this is my 150. I'll actually X-nay this druid because she's supposed to be used for something at 50, but I can't remember what it was. So, I'll leave that one alone. I've got enough anyways. Rogue. Just like my banker won't be moving because she's going to be doing bank stuff. So she won't be going anywhere. Speed. Yeah, it's a speed druid, but I don't remember why I needed her specifically at 50. I'd have to go like cull through my notes on my speed druid stuff, which is very long. I just remember I needed one specifically at 50 to test something, but I can't remember what it was. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Figure it out later. I always forget the breakpoint levels for legacy stuff. I had to spam extra dungeons to turn the coin into Timeless Isle since 35 for using the portal. Yeah, that's fair. I know, it's kind of annoying. I really wish everything was just 10 plus, but whatever. Do you have groups for both Horde or Alliance for every class? Is that even impossible on one account? That would not be possible on one account, and no. I keep 2 Alliance, 2 Horde per class, with the exception of Hunter, because I have 50-something Hunters. So, that one got double slotted. But on each account, it's 2 of each faction for each class per group. I feel that. Right? Friggin' Hunters. Oh, back when I was doing the BFA, the first time I was going through all of the zones for the leveling data. Not just the guide, but the data, so I knew what zones were good and what weren't. I used a lot of Hunters for that because I ran out of characters I wanted to level, and that was before I was deciding on the every race class combo. That literally became a thing because I had so many characters. So I just had a stupid amount of Hunters. Let's see. Go. Eh. Ah. Hearts. Love. Why are you not working? Work. Discord. There we go. There we go. Anyway. Being weird. Keeps trying to replace, when I DM people, my emojis with other Discord server emotes, but like I don't have Nitro. So it's really irritating. I don't like that change. It should default to the default ones if you don't have Nitro. Discord. Really. So then it's all like, this message wasn't seen because you're not using Nitro. I'm like, really? Having 80% of my account as Fire Mages and Fury Warriors might be considered some. Hey, you like what you like. I get it. I like the idea 2 for each, but sometimes I need 3 Alliance races, and sometimes I want 3 Horde. That's fair. Totally fair. There we Okay, he's good to go. I was on... Where is it? Was on Timeless Isle to turn in Time Walking, saw the purple crystal and raced to it from Reflex. Aw, did you get it? This is my problem with the groups being limited to 4. Same. I really wish the groups were dynamic. Like, you could have between, I don't know, 3 or like 1 and like 15 or something. Some other number that would be good. Because 4 is kind of awkward because most classes only have 3 specs, except for DH and Druid. And there's only 2 factions. I don't know, it's just 4 feels like a weird number. It's not even a full, like, dungeon group. That's 5. I don't know why they picked 4. I've never tried to categorize anything in WoW via 4, so it's strange. I also have 2 ally plus 2 horde of each class and all our different races. Then I get to my Evoker and DH sections and it just frowny face. You and me both, Ricky. Same. One day, hopefully, maybe. Good grief. Like, mine aren't all different, you know, races, but across my accounts they are. And in terms of the reaction to the Evoker and DH sections, yeah, same. I have 1 Demon Hunter for now. I don't want her to be alone. Fair. I got it. No one else cared. What do I need mob coins for now? Fair. The trinket maybe, so you can portal yourself. That'd be the only thing I'd probably spend it on if you have everything else. Limited slots, please. I have a priest I started a couple days ago for time walking. I'm 44 now, and so many buttons that I have no idea how anyone could possibly do this without embracing the slip to insanity, fitting giving shadow resource. Don't even have fluff extra ability talents. Well, you don't have to use all of them. I would say just to use the ones you want to use, unless you're planning on min-maxing stuff. Maybe it was about how druids have 4 specs. That's my only guess. That's the only reason I could see them doing 4. Was because druids have 4 specs. Or maybe they're planning to give everyone a 4th spec at some point. I don't know. I don't want to max level, fair. But druids are the only ones, so I don't know. Surprisingly, 6 to 5 characters still isn't enough. Fair. Because there is only 3 roles, so you would think it'd be a group of 3 maybe. Yeah, you could kind of stretch like 4 roles if you consider DPS as 2 different roles. You've got range and you've got melee. But that feels kind of like a stretch. Because that one could go either way. But even then, I don't know. Besides that and the druid, I'm not sure why they picked 4. It feels weird. Okay, over we go. Battle Mage, go! I can combine my love of melee with my love of spellcasting and not skills. Perfect! There you go. Yeah, that's something I had to learn pretty quickly. Was telling myself, like, I don't have to have all my buttons on my bars. I can just use the ones I'm actually going to use. I'm not playing competitively. I don't need all of these CCs and various other things, and soothe and all this other stuff. I don't need whatever the meta is. It has like 10 button rotation, etc. I just have my super basic stuff and I'm good to go. Basic things too, like the 1 power up, like a heal, a shield, interrupt of course, that should be default. I don't know why that's on the talents, etc. Stretchies. Well, we're on the rogues. We're getting there. I cast 2-handed mace firebolt. Alright, Wizard War. Yes. Did you mean shaman? I love those shorts. Same, the Wizard Wars. I cast Iron. I don't rank by most DPS. I rank by smallest rotation. Yes, exactly. Oh. Oh. Fireball dance sequence. Exactly. Guess I can go ahead and turn my AC off now. It cleared it up in here. I'm cold now. There we go. I cast disconnecting ranked game. I just watched that one last night. Oh right, I'm not using this character. Because she's banker. Never mind. She can go back to sitting here. Wrong character. I cast tiny stuff. Yes. There we go. Disconnecting a ranked game, yes. That's great. Yeah. I like, I don't watch a lot of shorts, but when I do, I watch D&D Legends of Adventure shorts. I watch Nile Red Science shorts, and I watch, the Wizard Wars stuff pops up a lot by that particular creator. I can't remember who it is. I've only ever watched their shorts. And then there's another one. He's got like a either Australian or New Zealand accent. I can't tell them apart very well. I think it's Australian. And he does cute little like animations on SCP type containment stuff. That's about it though. I'm otherwise not really into shorts, if I'm honest. No beard. Instant bikini wax. Oof. I feel like this is ancient Rome. I can only cope with the hell of living in concerning times by embracing what entertainment I can surround myself with. Did you mean the human race? Viva la Dirt Lake. So thank you, keeping my brain safe, Kraken. You're very welcome, Mecha King. Happy to do so. I don't know why she didn't want to fly, but okay. Now Red's entire YouTube channel can be boiled down to, I'm going to mix some potentially deadly chemicals together and then eat them. Exactly! I'm going to play with chemicals. I love his channel so much. I learn things, and I get to watch cool stuff. Cool with me. The internet instead of gladiatorial arenas. I mean, hey, the internet's basically gladiatorial arena. Good grief. It's there, but digitally. Okay, over that way. I read as proof anyone could buy a lab coat. True. To be fair, though, he was working on his master's for chemistry when he decided to do YouTube anyway, and then stop because it was more fun. Dude knows his stuff. But sometimes I wonder. And he's Canadian on top of it, I believe. I think he's in Montreal. So I'm like, yeah, it checks out. But then you have some people where I almost cried because I was so scared for people's safety. No affiliate, take the lava lamp off the stove. Exactly. Are you not entertained? Like, favorite, subscribe. Yes. There we go. Oh, also, I'm going to spend 10K on the science machine from China just to make something I could buy for $1 at the local course. Yes. Yes. Oh. I love that every time he's like, I bought this new machine from China. We'll see what it does. Can't even read the screen. Let's check out the instructions. And I'm like, dude, this is awesome. I love Nile Red. He's very entertaining. Well, I love sciencey stuff anyways. So like, I get my science fix by watching a lot of his crazy stuff. And for your punishment, guards, take him to stomp his favorite childhood tree. Aww. Deerstalker Pictures has been pretty fun reenactments. Oh my, that sounds fun. Ooh, stretchies. Yeah. Low-key want my player house to be my creator house with a stage, test kitchen, and podcast room. That'd be fantastic. I would love to have official room separate from my room for work, but unfortunately, I cannot. My room is my workroom, and also where I live. My bed is in my closet. It's cozy though, so it works out. Get in there. There we go. Every now and then, this Canadian ant guy comes into my feed. I don't know why, and it's mildly interesting to me, but having so many tanks of different species of ant farms feels like an accident waiting to happen when you go out of the country for months at a time. No kidding. Got a green screen. You can have as many rooms as you want. I don't even have room for a green screen. That's the funny thing. I don't know where I'd put it. As it certainly wouldn't fit behind me. Podcasts are getting out of hand. It's like what washed up celebrities started a new podcast today because their career's going nowhere. Yes. I don't think I will listen to any podcasts anymore. I listened to the Markiplier one for a while, but I ended up stopping when they moved only to whatever that audio site was for a while. And they just,
Spotify?
I don't know, whatever one they were on. And then they were not on YouTube for a while. It was a while ago now. And I just never, when they came back to YouTube, I just never picked it back up. So, whatever. I think that was the only one I listened to. I call my room my studio. Same. That's basically what my room is. It is a studio first, a room second. There we go. Okay. Why can't WoW just be Ready Player One so I can farm gold for money? Wow. You and me both. You and me both, Dre. I would love that. But alas. I mean, you can, just wouldn't recommend it. Yes, you can, but yeah. Not a good idea. Technically. Yes, you technically could. Not wise, though. Unless you're very sneaky. Very snunky. This Blizzard don't like that. I hear the tippy taps. Oh.
I did tip tap.
You did. Tip tap, tip tap top. There we go. All the Scarbo. I mean, everything is allowed as long as you don't get caught. Exactly. Turn on the radio in whatever vehicle I have to drive now, and then because these hour-plus interviews on obscure topics are nice. Yeah, I'd probably listen to podcasts more if I had to do a lot of driving. But since I don't have to do a lot of commuting anymore at all, actually, since I work from home, haven't needed to. That was also the only time I would listen to like music outside of hanging with Silver. Okay, so she's good to go. So I will have to rely on my somewhat adequate improv skills, I guess. Fair. Wanted to use Blizz token to buy merch, but not allowed, and shipping from California is 3 times the item cost. Woof, I'm sorry. Rip. First message I see on MG. Argent Squire and Dutiful Squire should be allowed to fight on pet battles. Yep, classic MG. That's funny. The botters on D4 are insane. I don't know how much they get so much gold. The economy on that game is insane. Within a couple days of a season release, you can trade an item for billions of gold, way more than you'd ever farm over the course of an entire season. Man. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm happy that I'm getting you to laugh with my humor, hashtag hashbrowns. It's okay. I like mildly funny humor. I like me a good pun. I feel like I'm pretty easy to make laugh for the most part. I've been told I'm a jovial soul because I laugh very easily. I'm assuming that's a good thing. Podcasts usually get presented to me in the form of, here's 2 or more people who are already in this hobby or just shooting the shit. I prefer the interview format. Gotcha. I like the shooting the shit part, if I'm honest. I like the banter. Because it allows them to break down the topic for us dummies. Also fair. Both definitely have their place, for sure. But again, I've only ever watched, like, one podcast. I'm not really into them, if I'm honest. I think a lot of it, too, was various podcasts that I have tried over the years. A lot of them will get into, like, opinions on stuff, on things. And whether I agree or I don't agree, I'm very much that person that I don't really care what other people's opinions are about things, especially if it's things I have nothing to do with or I'm not interested in. So, it's kind of a turn-off for me because I get very bored. So, yeah. I've been trying to find actual play D&D podcasts that feature Sunsoul monks so I can know how to play them better. Right, this character's not Horde yet. This character's supposed to be Horde, but I don't know what to make her yet. Probably just default to Drakthir when they come out. Podcast is 2 friends chatting, the next week host guests switch places on their other podcast. Yeah, that part annoys me too. I don't like when they bring in guests. I'm very much weird about that. I don't like collabs and guests, even on regular YouTube videos. Because for me, I'm not there for that person, and half the time I don't even like them. It's very rare when I do. I'm just there for the people I was already watching. So that's also a turn-off for me. There we go. But a lot of people like collabs and guests and all that, so I'm definitely not the target audience on that. Still doing my thing from earlier, so 70 DK can't sell him, but Paladin with worse gear gets tickled. What the heck? DKs are squishy. I don't know why, but DKs are very squishy unless you go blood. It's strange. I wish I liked audiobooks, but the only one I could stand was Andy Serkis's one, probably saying that wrong, for Tolkien. I tried other books, but I've learned I'm very much a visual person. Same. I can listen to audiobooks, and books for me would be different versus like a podcast where I'm half paying attention. An audiobook, I would want to actually listen to it so I'm paying attention. I want to know what's going on. I can't just have it in the background. So they don't work for me because I'll tune people out if they're talking too long. Just for whatever reason. My mind is elsewhere. So if I'm going to do a book, I got to read it myself. So can't do audiobooks. They just don't work for me. Alright, I'm all the way over here. Back to that. Legacy scaling, ladies and gentlemen. Blizzard multi-dollar company. Trixie and Katya's is the best. Nice, nice. Holy DKs are insanely tanky. I guess they are if they're geared. If they're not geared, they're very, very squishy. I've not had the tanky experience personally. Let's see. What's over there? Welcome back to my podcast, Chocolate Shake Tuna Fish. Exactly. My biggest internet pet peeve is reaction videos. Ones where they just steal someone else's content and add nothing but human emojis. Hard agree, Swamp. There are very few reactions I actually even care about. I don't like reaction videos. I don't even like doing them. Which is why I don't. I've done a couple over the years based on popular demand. Like, I'll do BlizzCon, but I feel like that's kind of different. We don't have BlizzCon this year anyway, so... But yeah, I agree. They're 2 drag queens. Their podcast is hilarious. Awesome. I am so hungry. Blah. There we go. Okay, down we go. We're on Demon Hunter, so... Last of the leathers, which means we just have the clothies after I move my demon hunters over there, and we'll be good to go. Cool beans. I think there was one where PewDiePie reacted to someone else's live stream and 30 seconds in got up to use the bathroom and just let the other guy's stream run. Wow. Well then. Huh. Yeah, I've never liked that sort of thing personally. Like, if you have their permission, fine. But, I don't know. Even then, it just feels kind of scummy to me.
Yeah. I'll scroll through my shorts occasionally. And for whatever reason, the algorithm has decided that the people that take other people's content that I watch, but they slice it with like baking videos or something to that effect, pretending that it's theirs when it's not, has really started to irk me.
I know, I see a lot of that too. I just tell YouTube that to never show me that person again, that channel, because there's a little, you can curate it a little bit. So,
that's what I started doing.
Yep. Like, no YouTube, I don't want that. It just, it's like, yes ma'am. Sulks. It tried, it's like, I'll get you next time. Drat, foiled again. One of my favorite YouTube channels I found a months ago is this guy named Daniel, I'll probably say this wrong, Bieski, who does elite cheerleading stunts with people. Epic, nice. That takes a lot of upper body strength. The things they do are crazy, and the chemistry he has with another guy on the channel is so funny. It's a non-stop laugh time. That's awesome. Yeah, man, my hat's off to cheerleading stunts, because that's the strength, the absolute body strength you have to do a lot of that. This is crazy. Oh yes, the baking split screens have been making me gnash my teeth. Agreed. It's so irritating. I'm like, I don't want any of this. Go away. And it stopped recommending them to me. Because I'm like, no, I don't want this. Luckily, you can curate algorithms. So, that's what they're there for. Curse you, spider smoothie from Palo's End. Yes. Well, on a weird way, I guess all of you get to see at least my mains that are currently on my main account. Some of them are a little in limbo because they need race changes or not class changes, I wish. Faction changes, but yeah, for the most part, they're pretty correct. How many more 8-legged animals can I combine with drinks? I think octopus and squid would technically be in that. Maybe some types of starfish. I think there's 8-legged starfish. Spider crabs. I think they have 8 legs. A reaction to a reaction of AI reading the transcript of a reaction to exactly. Where does it end? When it becomes that absurd, though, it's almost funny. When it swings the pendulum the other direction. The chicks they have doing those cheerleading stunts, I swear, are broken in the head. They'll do a stunt, mess it up, the chick will fall face first toward the ground, only being caught inches from a life-changing accident, and all they do is laugh at it. They like the adrenaline or something, because, yeah. It's kind of crazy. If I had that and I almost broke my face in and broke my neck, I think I would do something else. Yeah. I have too much life preservation in my body.
Gymnasts and cheerleaders are just on a whole other level.
Yeah. Yes, they are. Ugh, Moonguard's getting laggy. Good old Moonguard. Can always tell what character I'm on when I go through Stormwind, and my actions are very, very delayed. Verily, they are delayed unto me. Jeez, what's happening? I'm dying. I'm hungry. I'm tired, and I'm excited. Help! I'm having a stroke. Swear. Ugh. There we go. Okay. That character's good to go. We will be ready to farm the crap out of Dragon Soul on Tuesday. Granted, a couple of these characters might be moved because got some questing to finish, but I'll deal with that when we get to it. So I guess that would just be... Oh, I closed that window. Let me look at my alt list. That would be... Let's see. I marked Javi as done, but that is incorrect because we didn't do him. Yeah. Javi, Thami, and Hara. So my 3 Horde Clothies I won't be moving because they need to finish quests. But everyone else can move, which is fine. I have more than enough over there. I'll probably hit lockout anyways. Same with pairs, figure skating, at least grass is soft. No kidding. I would rather hit hard dirt and grass than ice. I have crashed out skating on ice and it hurts. That is a whole different level of unforgiving. Woof. That group looked like they were going to play a concert. Yeah. Good old Demon Hunters. I will tell you one thing, Squid Drink. I am planning a lot of improvised content, including improv tutorials. I would love for you to react to them if you want. Appreciate it, Dre, but I just don't like reactions. But thank you. I just find that type of content despicable, personally. I need to figure out what my next video is going to be anyway, because I haven't done video in 4-ish months, I think. I haven't had the time. But you gotta do one at least every 6 months or they'll demonetize you. So, I'll do something. I know I have my preparing for midnight ones. Oh yeah, I was possibly gonna do the how to get the Miss Pandaria mount one. That'd probably be pretty quick. I don't know, I'll figure it out. No, I got distracted at making a new group for a character list. I forgot if I use certain character in my rotation in full Dune because I hearthed them all after. Is there a macro or something to tell me true or false for having killed a Dune Dino? There probably is, but you'd have to look it up on Wowhead. That's where it would be. They'd have it on the main page if you do. Are you two partnered? For, like, paid? I am indeed, yes. I am monetized and have been since 2020. Been a YouTuber since 2019. And only recently have I started to slow down on YouTube videos since I don't have the time. And I've been enjoying streaming more anyways. Let's see. Mage. Ty can move. Ty's already there. Javi has to stay. Jess can move. React to your own vids amid expect retrospective. React to my own vids. Wow. Redden is the drummer. Perfect. Ah, neat. I'm trying to figure out how to get 1k subs from about 200. Just do whatever content. I can't really give any good tips just because I make the World of Warcraft guides specifically, and some will stick and a lot of them won't. It's very, very niche. It takes a lot of time, so can't really give any tips if I'm honest. Okay, get this character over there. Yep, she's good in the bags. Perfect. Get rid of that quest. Right, this is one of the characters that I can't shift-click things away. Inexplicably. Even though the keybind is correct. It's very weird. You and I are really similar because of our hardcore casualness. Nice. Glad to hear it then. There we go. But that's also why I can't do a lot of guides on old content anymore, because I have a lot of it already done. Like, people keep requesting, like, can you do this guide? And I'm like, well, I already have all that content done, and I did it like 8 years ago, so I remember nothing about it. So I would have to go watch someone else's guide to make my own guide. So that doesn't work. The joy of being old. gonna go play. Have a great stream. Have a good day, Chan. Thank you so much for being here. Excited for the legacy drop bonus. How are you doing today? Hello, Epoch. I'm doing fantastic. I'm exhausted and really hungry, but I'm excited AF because, yeah. We are going. I made a list of. Right, this character doesn't have it on, but I made a list of the mounts we're gonna farm, and the mug, like the low drop rate stuff we're gonna farm. It's gonna be great. And yeah, it's gonna be awesome. There we are. At work, it's not plagiarism, it's leveraging existing resources. Perfect. No stretchies. But we're almost done parking. We'll finish parking main account characters, and then we'll call it good for the day. We're almost there. Just got Mage, Priest, and Warlock to finish. One idea that came to mind was focusing on soloing legacy raids that require some weird mechanics like Deathwing's back, because you can't just DPS something. Yeah, that one's definitely a good one. Oh, we're getting raided.
Dead Sandra raided your channel with 20 viewers.
Thank you so much, Dead Sandra, for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Lucky Banana for the Lucky Crew. Hope you had a great stream. Welcome. Look at all those nanners going everywhere. Beautiful. There we go. Keeping up with current content is kind of exhausting. That's part of the reason I didn't do current content videos unless it was something I was actively working in. Yeah, because it is. I can't keep up with the new stuff, especially nowadays that Blizzard's putting it out left and right and changing it constantly. So yeah, it's difficult. Epoch, thank you so much for the resub. Super appreciate your continued support because thanks to folks like you, I can keep working. Sorry the module didn't pick you up. It seems weirdly choosy, so. You're welcome. It was great. Finally, Unquash complete. Got more transmog. Congrats, said Sandra. Yay! Unquash is a hard one, especially with the rep and the quests and blah someday. Green mug. Yes. It does. The mugs change color depending on how many months. I don't remember what the order is, but I need to add more mugs because it only lets you add so many in advance, which is kind of irritating. I wish I could just go up to like 10 years or something, but it doesn't. I need to add more. I think I'm over the lowest point, the highest point it let me last time. Still haven't done Deathwing's back for that reason, like 8 mass visions, 1 slip and you're done. That's fair. Go. That doesn't work with an alt army because I don't have the campaign started in most characters. There's no world quest stuff on the map. Gotcha. Anyway, bedtime. Sorry, night night. Have a good night, Dead Sandra. Thank you so much for the raid. Get some good rest. Perfect Visions is perfect for this and midnight. It will just be one big Benny Hill. Exactly. And even then, I'll probably wait until like Last Titan when it's really trivial. When the expansion is considered legacy. So that's what I'm gonna do, is in Last Titan. Mage Priest. Forgot I haven't done Underpin either. Maybe I won't bother. I know, I thought about it, because I kind of want the stuff from Underpin, but then I thought about how much time and effort I'm gonna have to put into just to get that, and I'm like, I got other things I gotta do, so no. Zekvir was more fun to master. That's what I've heard. Don't like the fight as much as Zekvir. On the secret delve bosses like Zekvir and the underpinned boss. Yep. My big coffee cup looks like a ramekin. It kind of does look like a ramekin. It's cute. It's based on my favorite coffee mug that I have. That's similar to that. It's what the little white lines are. So it's actually a coffee mug that I use. Not that anyone knows that, but you do now. Let's see. I need to change his hearth. Haven't gotten around to it. When you do WoW for a living and still have too much real life for some content, I wish I did WoW for a living. I really do. I really do wish I could. I'm currently not in another job right now, but I was an independent contractor for the state for doing dispatch and or data management for electronics. And so usually I would be doing that in the mornings and the late evenings, but because I've had to take care of my mom because of her stroke, my... Oops, I'm not putting that away, this one. My contract, which expired at the very end of... or the beginning, I mean, of June, just a couple weeks ago. I haven't renewed the contract. I probably should, because I need the money, but I really do wish I could go full-time on WoW. I really do. If I didn't have to keep up a different job and also take care of a family, if I could live on my own again, I would 100% be full-time streamer and YouTuber. I really would. Maybe one day. I remember some of your cups. I'd like your channel intro with the coffee being brewed. Oh, well, thank you, Epoch. I did too. That was a good old one. Apologies for assuming you don't have a real job. You're fine, Swamp. I technically don't right now. Technically. Quotation marks. But, you know, alas. Really? Let me... Hello? There we go. Okay. Okay, what's going on? Technically. Exactly. But I'm not unemployed either, because I am getting paid from streaming, so... I get it. Life forces compromises. It does, and I really, really wish I could work on my YouTube and my streaming more to grow the channels and do better, because I could probably live off of this if I was able to put the time into what I wanted. But I can't, because I have a house to take care of, people to take care of, a farm to take care of, another job that I usually have at the same time. Sometimes two. Sometimes I'm working two at the same time. I'm just not at the moment. And then I do my damnedest to make sure my evenings are free so that I can spend time with my bestie. Because I'm not going to have that the whole time. I need to look in my VTube. It won't turn off the reactions after they've been used. I need to look at that. Not Hara, but we want Perova. Yeah. One day, maybe. I live and die by alarms on my phone. Because I have so much going on. One day. Alright. We're getting there. We're almost done parking these characters. I probably won't even need all of them. Or maybe I will. We'll see. Who knows? I can see some animated shorts of you bantering with your friend Silver when something silly happens. That would be the coolest. I would love that. I don't have the patience to make animated shorts, if I'm honest. I would love to be able to do 2D animation again. I miss doing it. For a brief time I was able to in college. But that's something I haven't had the time for, is art. I hope the rest of your day goes splendidly. I think I'm going to go lay down. School feels heavy. Understandable. Have a good rest, Mecha King. I hope you feel better soon. And thank you for being here, as always. I just had an image of you finally getting a day's sleep in, and the rooster crows. I guess we're having some chicken for dinner. Luckily, we don't have any roosters. We just have hens. We used to, though. And let me tell you, roosters will crow at any time of the day. They do not care. 2 p.m. Fine. 3 in the morning? Cool. Whenever they feel like. Our roosters never crowed right at sunrise. It was just whenever they damn well pleased. Drove me nuts. It gives me a machinima idea then. Nice. I always love me some good machinima. Machinima's fun. I used to watch a lot of that, actually. Okay. Benny. Tiny little gobbo priest. I love that line up there. Dractyr, Life, or is Draenei Goblin? And you are a female blood elf and you have a squid for a hat. It's funny you say that. Female blood elves are one of my least favorite models in game. That's so funny. But thank you. They're cute. There we go. Onwards. Other side. Okay. Now, if I could be anything, it would be a Drakthir. I'm a Drakthir person. Not to reverse body shame, but skinny bees. Right, exactly, reverse body shame. It's so true, though. No, same. They're too twiggy for me. I don't know. They just look like if they ran into a tree, they'd snap. If you were to choose a model for shorts, what would it be with a squid hat? Drakthir, 100%. It's my absolute favorite race in game. And the unfortunate thing is I prefer male characters, but I'm a female IRL. So, oh well. Funny that. Done? Are you gonna make a machinima? Oh, well thank you. Good luck. I hope it goes well. In we go. Beautiful. I will say though, I appreciate the androgynous option. Well, it's not even an option, just the enforcement, I guess, for Drakthir dragon form, but I really wish we could have a feminine version. Because my female Drakthir needs snitties. I will die on that hill. Maybe, I don't know. All good, Dre. If you do, I hope it works out good. I attempted a machinima once. I learned very quickly I don't have the patience for it. I can write scripts and dialogue and come up with the idea for it all day, but actually putting it together, I wanted to die. Remember the start of WoW, if you rolled female, people would trade you stuff for free. I'm sure that still happens, I wouldn't doubt it. Now the best part about playing mostly male characters is people don't realize when they meet me in-game that I'm actually a female IRL. So I don't really get harassed very much. It's kind of nice. Let's see, put that, can that go in there? Yeah, it can, excellent, okay, good. I'll put this away too. He doesn't need it right now. There we go. I'm patient, but I'm not a doctor. Fair. People also harassed you. Yes, they did. They still do. I'm a dude and I play female characters because they look cooler. When I first started back in Vanilla, I too got free stuff. That's so funny. And they judge you on merit? Right? What a concept, right? How weird. I would say I got less free stuff than I did get harassment. Yeah, for sure. I haven't had a lot of, like, open world harassment, luckily. Even on Moonguard, I really didn't. A couple times, but I just told them to stick it, and they usually left me alone. There we go. Now, any harassment I do get is, like, in dungeons. But that's a given. I think toxicity plus dungeon is just normal. So I'm very glad Silver and I got super lucky with the time walking dungeons we've been doing. Not that we've done very many, so the pool's been a little low, but /ignore is the best, exactly. Yeah, I was back in Wrath or whatever, and I would just be questing, and male characters would come up to me and be gross. Woof. There seems to be a little bit less of that these days, but I think that's because Blizzard's cracked down on it a little bit more. Not that it doesn't still happen, it absolutely does. Back in MUP, I apparently did some dungeon or raid or something with some dude, and for like 5 years, anytime I logged in, that character, the dude, would start whispering me even though I never replied. What? That's so weird. Some people are strange. I can't play Belf. I hate the twirl. I love male Belf. I don't like female Belf, ironically. I have a couple, and actually I think they're Void Elves. No, it's one Void Elf and one Blood Elf. I do have a couple just for the sake of having them. And I like their mod, but they're definitely not one of the models I particularly care for, if I'm honest. They look too Barbie dollish. Like their waist is way too tiny. If she bent over, she would break in half. Their feet are really weird too. They've got like duck feet. Have you looked at their feet? It's very strange. I don't know. I like the female night elves. They look nice. I must have been very lucky female playing female tunes and never had any harassment, but never got stuff. You definitely got lucky then. Because I've definitely had harassment. Not a lot. In fact, the most harassment I actually had over the years was in Discord from YouTube. That's why for the longest time I had DMs off. You couldn't DM me. You still have to ask for permission, but, you know, people are weird. Play Demon Hunter and you'll be too fast for British Canary. I can't even write now, right? I didn't like the Belf model for so long, but then I got really into them. Nelf is still my preferred elf anyways, though. Yeah, Nelf and Nightborn. I do really like the Nightborn females. Even more than the Night Elf females. For whatever reason, I really like the Nightborn. I just think they're very cute. Grim. I will not be using her. She needs to sit there. Because I don't want using up her buff, because she's for time walking. I love this Velvet Velf scarf. Perfect. Yes. And let me log back out on her. Because I don't want her Master of the Time-Wise buff going away. That's why I think lick, pet, etc. should be friendless only emotes. I know some females who have PTSD from IRL and wanted contact. I don't doubt. Chat, I'm finally doing world quests. Pet world quests. Well, good luck, Scarlet. I hope you get a whole bunch. Whole bunch of pet stuff. Okay, we can't use... I guess I could use my speed druid actually. Yeah, my Twinkies and Bankies can stay there. Let's clean up the speed druid. Get him over there. I could use him. I think part of it was because they were so popular and associated with being a girl gamer and found it very annoying, but now I don't care. Being a female Belf, or Velf that is, that's fair. I have a bunch of characters to do them on, but it's okay. Well, good luck. That means you'll get a bunch. What's crazy to me is the size difference between a female Blood Elf to a female Night Elf. Same! Never thought Night Elves were that big, but I have a Horde DH and Alliance DH next to each other on a favorite campsite on the character select screen, and the Night Elf looks gargantuan standing next to the Blood Elf. Yeah, that's always kind of like been weird to me, is how... Because Blood Elves / High Elves / Void Elves, since they use the same model, they all come from Highborn, which are Night Elves, right? What happened to make them short? Why did they get short? Does using sun magic make you short? I don't understand. Like, is there something I need to know about? Yeah, I don't know. Why short? As I totally almost missed my straw. He's so fast. Too many Toontans? I guess so. Higher gravity. Hey Kraken, you see the 10x mount drops for Greedy Emissary? Yes, I did. Super excited for that. That's going to be fantastic. That's exactly why I've made a plan of action this stream and have now, this will be the last one, moved all of my characters except for like a couple that I'm using for other stuff to Dragon Soul, because on Tuesday, when it's live, we're going to be farming up Dragon Soul. It's going to be great. I don't know, it's evolution, right? It's strange. What mount drops? Check it out, Guru. Buff. If you haven't, you'll read about that. Collector's Bounty event from starting July 1st to the 29th. We're getting increased drop rates on mounts more Mog and Legacy dungeons, etc. It's gonna be great. Azeroth Starwind, exactly. Motivated me to do pet stuff. Perfect. Hopefully you don't have to do 9 little slimes anymore for the spine. You don't on Heroic. I'm hoping they fixed it and added it to normal too. But it was just Heroic as far as I've been seeing. Yeah, I want my Underrock Krog, Tomb Soccer, and Dios mounts finally. Right? Same. I only have 9 mounts that are Legacy that I'm missing from raids and dungeons. But boy, have they been elusive. Okay, well, that's perfect timing. We're basically at the end of the stream. I'd only be ending a few minutes early, so that worked out. It took me the whole time to move these characters. So, there we go. There's my schedule if you'd like to see when I'm alive. I may or may not stream tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know that I'll be able to Saturday, but that's normal. Definitely won't be able to Sunday. Either way, I will definitely be back Monday. So there's my schedule if you'd like to see when I'm alive. Check that out. It's the same time, 4 days a week. Monday through Thursday. Monday. So have a fantastic evening. Get yourselves all prepared for the event. Long streams might happen next month. We'll see. I might go insane, but if I do, I'm dragging you with me. So you'll have a you'll have a fantastic evening. Love you all. Hugs and kisses, and good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.